I just said woo. You're fine. CJ was all ready to roll, and then he realized that he forgot his headphones, which
CJ, you've been in here for like
problematic.
an hour. How did you do
I know. But it's okay.
headphones?
You just forgot your headphones. That happens.
Yeah.
You were all ready. Whoa, okay. And now little
Did not see
CJ.
that coming.
Little CJ joining us here on the program. There you go. Get that. You know, you could have done all this 30 minutes ago.
Peter, I could have.
That's
I got nothing for you, man.
that's all right.
I really could have. I should have.
It's not a big deal. Welcome into the program, everybody. This is the Peter Edmiston Experience featuring CJ Hurt.
I'm not going to do it today, by the way.
You're not?
No, I don't deserve to.
No, you could always deserve. You always deserve to do it. You don't.
Hey, everybody.
There you go. Don't shortchange. Don't shortchange yourself just because.
Well, he tried because his chair wasn't all the way up.
Well, that's a fair point. He did shortchange himself for sure. Welcome in. That is Austin Eldridge producing the program this morning, as he will be doing for the next week or so, and then that's it. Oh man, it's starting to happen.
We got our sad playlist for that day. What day is that? That's not soft rock, is it?
No, it's Wednesday.
Okay, good.
Today is, of course, Soft Rock Tuesday.
Yes, it is.
Today's a sacred day.
Yeah, inviolable. We cannot change that. But everything else is up for grabs potentially on our playlist. Now, today we got a ton of football to get through, ton of hoops as well, because today's the first day of the NBA season. Woo-hoo-hoo!
Here we go. Get it. Pop it. Work
You know, that's
it.
my thing. That's my jam.
Popping it and working it?
Yes.
Okay.
Both popping it and working it.
Yes. Got to do both.
Also
The
locking
greats can do both.
popping it and then locking it.
And then dropping it?
Well, sometimes certainly. You know,
Oh.
depends on how I'm feeling at that point.
Oh, a little crime mob over here in Peter Edmiston.
That's
All right.
All right. Now, and today I'm thrilled to say we welcome in a brand new sponsor to hour number one of the program.
Yeah, we do.
This makes it literally the hour of power, as in Mid-South Power.
Yeah.
They bring us this particular hour of the program. We're thrilled to have Mid-South Power Distributors on as the first hour sponsor, the hour of power, we're going to call it, because they are awesome. A hidden gem right here in Memphis. If you need anything diesel, they got you covered. So anybody that's out here with a diesel engine of any kind, okay, so whatever, if you are driving something diesel, you're using something to work that's got a diesel engine, and you need to get that thing squared away. You need parts, you need fuel injection, turbochargers, engine parts, alternators, starters, brakes, more. You need a dyno shop, they got you covered. The shop in the area, it's got the on-site dynos, so you are good to go. And you know what? There's not very many shops in the area that have an on-site dyno for your engine to make sure that everything's squared away. They got it for you. So it's all good. It's the drive-in shop. It can handle all of your diesel care needs. It is Mid-South Power Solutions. They bring you the first hour of the program. We'll be telling you all about them. But big thanks to the folks at Mid-South Power for jumping on board. So I'm really thrilled to have them with us. I know you are too. And we're going to just try to do our power as best we can.
All right, let's get it.
We got power.
Powerful.
Power wheels.
Yeah.
You ever power wheels?
What's the power wheel?
Whoa, hold on. Stop the show. Stop the show right there. That's all we can handle.
I might call
pow?
it something differently. Let's describe this
It's
before we jump on me about it.
It's the commercial, man. It's the little car, the
Oh, the
pedal
car.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
I had a power wheel. I had several power wheels.
Okay, we're back.
You know the commercial. Power wheels.
Yeah.
Power wheels. Now I'm driving for real. That's all.
Wait, sing that again. My headphones went out. I didn't hear you at all.
Power wheels. Power wheels. Now I'm driving for real.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. That's right. When you're a kid, that was awesome.
Yes, very much so. Power wheels. So I played football with my toys. Power wheels were always the defensive backs or tailback. Because
Because they got wheels?
Yeah. I had 4, and they were the smaller toys. So I had Ninja Turtle action figures who were like tight ends, linebackers, defensive ends. I had sumo wrestling Ninja Turtles who were always nose tackles or the center. And then I had a plethora of dinosaurs. So brontosaurus, stegosaurus, pterodactyls. They were also along the line. And then I would use like my G.I. Joe. I forget whatever the black G.I. Joe character's name was. I had him. So he was always the quarterback. And then I had the defensive backs as power wheels. And then I had one specific power wheel who was always the tailback.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
That all adds up. So it is the hour of power here on the program. So we're gonna talk all sorts of good stuff today throughout as we get you set for the beginning of the NBA season. The Grizzlies season starts tomorrow in Miami. The Grizzlies will practice here one more time in Memphis and then jump on the plane and go down to South Beach where they will get started tomorrow. Dion Waiters is suspended for that game for the Heat. Conduct detrimental to the team.
Pat Riley said, we're going to lock this Heat culture thing up, baby.
Could have been suspended for play detrimental to the team for a long time. He was not. But this is conduct detrimental to the team. Can't be having that. So there you go. Did you see last night? I mean, well, I tell you what. Let me go ahead and tell people how they can get in touch with us, and then we can get into all that. If you want to get in touch with us, you can do that in a number of different ways. You can message us. Okay, you can message us on the F-Pity, Facebook, Periscope, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. We are all there for you. Okay, that's number one, right out of the gate. Number two, you want to text us. Boom. Go crazy. Knock yourself out. Have fun. We got the First Bank text line open and ready for you at 67129. That's 67129. If you want to hit us up on that First Bank text line, we'd love to hear from you. If you haven't joined the text team, make sure you do that first. Just text 56JOIN to 67129. Do it one time, and then you're locked and loaded, and you are good to go on the texts. You can also, at this point, call us. I mean, really, just love to have you. Call us, 360-8255, 901-360-82. And then put a little 55 on it, and you're good to go.
I got 55 on it.
I got 55 on it. That was part of we wanted to do that. 901-360-8255 on it. No? Doesn't work?
No, it doesn't.
Okay. Let's keep working on it.
We'll keep workshopping the jingle for the number.
There's no bad ideas out there, folks.
No.
Actually, that's not true.
I was going to say I disagree with that very strongly.
As it turns out, there are some bad ideas. That's one of them. Anyway, so that's how you get in touch with us. And of course, we've got all those ways to do it more. So please feel free to hit us up on all those methods. Now, also we've got a little World Series action to start tonight. Mm-hmm. Game one and a controversy. Controversy
in baseball.
Mm-hmm.
They hadn't even played.
I know.
Okay.
We got a controversy,
All right.
and a big one.
Okay.
So we'll get to that here in just a bit. But last night, whoo!
I took a nap so I'd be well rested so I could watch that game and not be tired. And was like, you know what? That was pointless. I should have just stayed up and then went to bed at a regular time. Why'd I stay up and watch that?
That was that was about as bad as it gets, folks. If you wanted to watch a little history, then you saw it last night. Congratulations, Sam Darnold with the worst performance by a quarterback maybe in NFL history. It was certainly way up there, and it wasn't so much that it was just purely bad, because I guess technically there've been maybe some worse performances. I mean, I say technically. I'm not sure that there actually have been, but there probably have been, honestly. But I don't know. I don't know if there was one, and I don't know that there's ever been a more dominant, like a guy that was so thoroughly demoralized and just embarrassed and beaten down. This is the kind of performance that, like, in New York City, you can't have this. You can't have this and expect to survive in that town. Like, the Patriots are extremely good, no doubt about it. But they're not supposed to make you look like you're playing high school football.
Yet the Jets constantly find a quarterback who looks like playing high school football against the Patriots.
I mean, the Jets did beat the Cowboys somehow. I mean, I don't know that's embarrassing for the Cowboys, frankly, that they managed to do that. So it wasn't as if there was any sort of I mean, they weren't they're not supposed to be this bad. Like, I don't think anyone expected them to win the game or anything like that, but it's just like they're not supposed to look like they're rank amateurs out there. Sam Darnold's not supposed to look like a guy who won a contest to be a quarterback for a night. But that's what it looked like. And the comment this is going to this is going to probably, this may be, I mean, I'm not going to say like this is it for him, but it's going to be hard for him to overcome the seeing ghosts comment when he's mic'd up. Did you see that? When he was mic'd on the sideline, he goes, I'm seeing ghosts out there. You can't.
He sees dead people, man. Sixth Sense. Where's Bruce Willis at? Go holler at your boy. Go counsel him. Spoiler alert, folks. Spoiler alert. Bruce is dead the whole time. So that's a ghost he can see. Again, he's a counselor. He's a therapist. Works him through that. Works a little boy through that trauma. So Sam Darnold has that trauma. Like, Bruce, go holler at him. Work with him.
Went on a first date where me and this girl went to Sixth Sense, and she spoiled it. So that was first and only date.
What do you mean? She had already seen it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, is she one of those movie talkers that's like telling you what's about to happen before it happens?
That's me.
Yeah, no. Mm-mm.
Yeah, we didn't.
I will.
That of all
we're gonna have problems if we
of
do
all
that.
Movies, like that's the one you don't want to. That's a big one not to spoil. I'm not gonna say it's the biggest twist, but like it's up there. As far
It
as
catches you.
It catches you. If you're not ready for it, that's like what? Like
Watched it with my parents.
Yeah.
And it was just weird to me. And so I looked at my dad like, yo, is my man dead? Why is nobody talking to him but this little boy? And my mama grabbed me and pulled me out of the room. Like, you seen this movie? No. How'd you know he was dead? It just didn't add up to me, Ma. I'm sorry.
I figured it out in the movie too, but I didn't say anything until the movie was over.
No, I got to talk. So.
Well, in any event, whether he was seeing ghosts or Bruce Willis or Casper the Friendly Ghost or
who is in commercials eating all the popcorn, leaving a mess on my couch?
I know.
Casper.
Pac-Man, the ghost in Pac-Man, Inky Blinky, Stinky.
Is Stinky one?
No. It's Inky Blinky, Pinky, and Clyde.
Okay.
I believe. Yeah. Anyway.
Those sound more accurate.
Yeah. Stinky would not be.
No.
That's
one of Casper's uncles. Stinky, Stretch, and Fatso.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Oh, I've never watched Casper. I had no interest.
Oh, you're missing out.
I don't want friendly ghosts.
Why not?
I want my ghost to be cruel, mean, vindictive. That's what I want.
You want vindictive ghosts?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I feel like if you're a ghost,
So you're a paranormal activity type of guy.
yeah. I feel like if you're a ghost, you're here for a reason, like not a happy reason. Like, hey, I'm just here to spread love and joy. No, you could. That's a living person thing to do. I think once you're
ghostified, you're here to cause trouble, wreak havoc,
yeah, that's right,
raise some hell, so to speak.
Exactly right. But anyway, so he was seeing ghosts of all sorts, and this, I mean, listen, CJ, we've all been there. We've all had a rough day at the office.
Okay, yes,
but so rarely does it happen so cruelly as this. National TV, New York crowd, you're coming back from mono. And he just I don't think I've ever seen a quarterback look more overmatched ever at any point. Like he had that cover zero stuff that they do and disguising their blitzing and then disguising their coverages, and they everyone is up on the line, and there's any number of different permutations that for a quarterback, for an experienced quarterback, it's hard enough. For Sam Darnold, when it works right, as it was last night, it is like no one has a clue what's going on out there. And you could tell. Like, he finishes 11 of 32 for 86 yards and 4 interceptions and a fumble. So 5 turnovers. Like, I don't think you can play worse than that.
No. I don't know what you do to protect them. I saw it. I was holding out hope. I saw it like midway through the second quarter. Like, yo, this is not going to end well for this guy. This isn't. But what do you do as a coach? How do you protect that player? The player's scared and so nervous that he's out there seeing ghosts. Like, what do you do to try and get his confidence going again?
Other than just take him out of the game.
And that's not going to raise his confidence.
I mean, in this case, it actually might have. I would agree with you normally. Normally, I'd say you're right. But, like, in this case, like, he was so bad that it actually, like, to go back and to have those highlights or lowlights or whatever you want to call them be out there. The interceptions he threw were, like.
The one he threw
in the
to
end
the
zone?
safety in the end zone, that's the one. It was like, who the hell is that?
But
it's two Patriots there. Hit him right in stride.
But you can look and see when he threw that ball, he was so much on his back foot.
Mm-hmm.
Like he almost like
get this out of my hand. I don't want it.
It was crazy. I've never seen even a college quarterback. I don't think I've ever seen a college quarterback throw like that with his back off his back foot so obviously, like just floating it. All the balls were just floated in there. He had no idea where to throw the ball, so he just everything was tentative. And when you're seeing ghosts out there, and so I turned this morning to the venerable New York Post. They're normally very even keel, definitely like real cool cats. Like they're not prone to hyperbole or anything. They just kind of get it done. And I look from Steve Serby, who he looks exactly like I would expect a New York Post writer named Steve Serby to look. He just very calmly, and I think without any over exaggerations of any sort, said this was vintage cruelty from Bill Belichick, undressing sad Sam Darnold and leaving him naked to the football world as an anxiety-riddled, shell-shocked, panic-stricken mess. This was Sam Darnold's nightmare, his personal butt fumble and butt interception amateur hour. Darnold played as if he had contracted gangrene in his second game back from mononucleosis.
My goodness.
It was difficult to tell whether he had caught it from his defense or his defense had caught it from him during a disgraceful 33-0 defeat to the Patriots.
Good Lord.
Spitting fire.
Ooh. Oh.
Not holding back anything.
Bad just doesn't cut it, though. That's pretty much how you have to describe that performance. Because if you didn't see it, you say, "Oh, it was a poor performance." No, it was something different than a poor performance. This was something like special.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It was. If you watch, you're watching it was uncomfortable to watch because it was watching someone be humiliated.
Bill Belichick cracking half Mona Lisa smiles on the sideline. Oh, it's bad.
I just. I mean, oh man. Whoo! I mean, it was awful. And the Jets, that's the thing. Like when Luke Falk was their quarterback 3 weeks ago, and they played in New England, and they were like at least competitive.
Mm-hmm.
Like they didn't win, they didn't even really get close, but they didn't look like this. They didn't look like they were just a bunch of like literally. This looked like high school football. Like this is what high school football looks like when one team is like a 2 or 3 divisions ahead of the other team, and like they just got bigger and faster players, and there's just nothing you can do about it. The defensively, you drop back, and that's what Darnold looked like. He looked like one of those quarterbacks that just went, okay, well, I just throw the ball. I don't know what else to do. I got that. We got, and it's like when those offensive line coaches in high school, they're like, well, what do we? I mean, everyone's 50 pounds heavier and stronger. Like, what are we supposed to do? We can't. There's no scheme that can protect. That's what it looked like. But these are two professional teams in the same division. There's not supposed to. The NFL is designed for parity. It's designed for everyone to be equal. It's not supposed to get to the point when one team can be that much better. And Kyle Van Noy was at. I don't know if you saw his interview after the game when he talked about the Darnold seeing ghosts comment, and he's like, "Oh, ooh, it's spooky." He's like, he's like, that means it's real. He got excited. Like he's excited as a defensive player. That's like probably the biggest compliment you can possibly be given.
Yeah,
it's like, oh man, like this dude is he's shook, completely shook.
Seeing ghosts or seeing players out there, like they're playing with 14, 15 players on the field. No, we got the same 11 as always.
It looked like 14 or 15. And it looked like the Jets were playing with like 5. I mean, the line they were at one point protecting with 7 guys. And it didn't matter. They were still getting because again, where is it coming from? You could protect with 7, But if you don't get the right gaps, and if the way they disguise that cover zero and bring guys up into the box, you don't exactly know where they're coming from. You can't quite get the gap integrity, as they like to say. You can't keep that right where it needs to be. So, yeah, you could protect with an extra guy or two, but if they're in the wrong spots and they can't get over, then that doesn't matter.
Why don't you, as a quarterback, call for a line shift one way and then you sprint that way after the snap?
Well, again, like the quarterback is responsible for his own protection.
Yeah.
You need to, and you see quarterbacks all the time calling, protections up at the, right there at the under
especially
center.
at the NFL level.
At the NFL level, say, okay, this guy here, you got, this is a Mike here. So sometimes they shift over, and you got to say, well, this guy's actually the Mike linebacker because so maybe he's a threat. Get everything aligned right, get your alignment squared away, and then you're good to go. Darnold obviously did not do any of that.
No. Did not know how to do that.
Did not know how to. I mean, it was like me out there. I genuinely think I would have done only a little bit worse, and that's sad to say.
I would have had time. I wouldn't have been able to complete anything, but after the first couple of hits, I'd be like, hey, yo, he might be coming. He's coming. Everybody go right. I'm running as fast as I can that way. We are rolling this thing out, doing a good old bootleg.
It should not be that. Yeah, I mean, any of the people in the stands would not have done significantly worse than Sam Darnold did last night. Let's take a break. We'll come back here on the Hour of Power, brought to you by our friends at Mid-South Power Distributors. They bring you this portion of the program. We'll come back and talk about the controversy in baseball last night. Also, we'll talk a little hoop because today is NBA opening day, one of my favorite days of the year. All of that and more as we continue here on The Experience. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7.
Listen online anywhere, anytime at sports56whbq.com.
You have to be up in 5 hours, 2 hours, 6 minutes. And when you hear, you realize that you haven't slept a wink. That's why there's ZzzQuil Pure Z's, a drug-free blend of botanicals with an optimal dose of melatonin so you can fall asleep naturally with no next-day grogginess. It's available in both liquid and gummies, tastes great, and is non-habit forming. Pick up ZzzQuil Pure Z's from the sleep experts at Vicks ZzzQuil. ZzzQuil Pure Z's, naturally superior sleep. Available at retailers near you.
Your University of Memphis women's soccer team is ranked in the top 10 in the nation and has been dominating opponents on both ends of the field. We'll attempt to break the all-time Memphis soccer attendance record on Sunday, October 27th at 1 p.m. at the Tigers Soccer Complex on the Park Avenue campus. So bring the whole crew and enjoy an afternoon of Memphis soccer, along with incredible family-friendly concession prices, including dollar hot dogs. Be a part of a record crowd and support Memphis women's soccer on Sunday, October 27th at 1 p.m. Parking and admission are free.
It's game on at the new Moneyline Book Bar and Grill inside the Gold Strike Casino Resort. Now you can bet on all of your favorite sports and watch the games on 60 HD TVs while you lounge in plush seating and enjoy craft beers, signature cocktails, and great food. Plus, don't miss the Topgolf Swing Suite, a virtual reality experience with a variety of fun interactive games every sports fan will love. Visit the Moneyline Bar, Book and Grill at Gold Strike Casino Resort for Monday Night Football happy hour specials. Or anytime you want a piece of the best sports action in Mississippi.
Mid-South Power Distributors is your source for all things diesel. For more than 26 years, they've supplied all the diesel parts that you need. From simple repairs to complete overhauls, they have it all. Whether it's heavy, medium, light duty, agricultural, marine, or off-road, Mid-South Power is the leading source for all things diesel. Fuel injection, turbochargers, engine parts, alternators, starters, and brakes, they can supply all the parts and services you need. Stop in today at 3250 Mill Branch Road in Memphis or call 901-396-0710.
Did you know nearly 40% of men under 40 and over 75% of men over the age of 40 experience sexual performance concerns? At the Memphis Men's Clinic, their experienced physician performs a comprehensive evaluation that determines which specific issues may interfere with your sexual performance. These issues can vary and range from anxiety to medical issues, low testosterone, or erectile dysfunction. The Memphis Men's Clinic has evaluated hundreds of men of all ages over the years and reestablished a normal sexual life. The Memphis Men's Clinic will work aggressively to resolve issues and allow you to restore your sexual health and overall well-being. That's the Memphis way. If you're 20 years old or 90 years old, come and get cared for the Memphis way. Treatment that's based on your specific needs after a professional clinical evaluation by their experienced board-certified physician. Call the Memphis Men's Clinic today at 901-443-0475 or visit memphismensclinic.com.
Got something you want to get off your chest?
You better have a backup plan.
Want to join the conversation?
Someone needs to tell him he has to grow up.
Join us on the First Bank phone lines at 360-8255 or the First Bank text line at 67129. Welcome back to the Peter Edmiston Experience with CJ Hurt. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
Christopher Cross bringing you back on a Soft Rock Tuesday.
One of those pillars, isn't he?
Oh, you are absolutely right. He is a pillar of the Soft Rock community and a pillar of the Hour of Power.
Yeah.
On the program brought to you by Mid-South Power Distributors. Welcome back here to the Experience. I'm Peter. He is CJ. We're doing this thing, and I think, quite frankly, doing it well. Now, I told you didn't see the controversy last night in the revealed by Sports Illustrated, the new look online Sports Illustrated, which that's a whole different discussion. It's a sad one. But
yeah,
they still have some good people around. And last night, Stephanie Epstein reported that, and this was her experience in the locker room or in the clubhouse after the Houston Astros won the ALCS. More than an hour after Jose Altuve won the Astros the pennant, the party in the Houston clubhouse still raged. Right fielder Josh Reddick was crushing vodka Red Bulls. Starter Garrett Cole smoked a cigar. Shortstop Carlos Correa gazed lovingly at the American League Championship trophy. And in the center of the room, Assistant General Manager Brandon Taubman turned to a group of 3 female reporters, including one wearing a purple domestic violence awareness bracelet, and yelled half a dozen times, "Thank God we got Osuna. I'm so glad we got Osuna." So 6 times he's yelling. The assistant general manager is yelling in the direction of these female reporters about Osuna. Of course, if you remember Osuna's details, we referred to these last week, he allegedly assaulted Alejandra Roman Cota, who's the mother of his 4-year-old child. That was May 2018 was when the assault allegedly occurred as a member of the Blue Jays. There was a situation, the Canadian court system is a little bit different, but prosecutors dropped the charges after Cota returned to Mexico and declined to testify. There was some controversy as to the circumstances behind all of that. Major League Baseball suspended him for 75 games. He agreed not to have any contact with her for a period of a year. And so he was one of the best closers in the game, but this was a de facto, I don't know about admission, but it certainly was, you don't suspend a guy 75 games for nothing. 75 games is a half the season. It's a lengthy suspension. And the details of the case were, I think, fairly clear that something occurred. Something rather untoward occurred. Most teams didn't want to touch Osuna. The Astros did, and didn't have to give up much for him because his value was very low. But people didn't want to deal with the backlash of getting a guy that is in a, well, I mean, let's just be honest, assaulted in all likelihood this woman who was the mother of his child. No one really wants to or should want to do business with somebody like that. But the Astros jumped right in. That's bad enough. But then you have your assistant general manager who's now, in this point, with Osuna in the game, and frankly didn't play very well and gave up a home run that tied the game in the top of the ninth inning. But anyway, making these comments to these reporters, and the Astros initially declined to comment. But then they
Oh, that's funny because I saw that
No.
they commented.
I was going to say, but then
issued a statement.
Then an hour after the story came out, they issued a statement that said the story posted by Sports Illustrated is misleading and completely irresponsible. An Astros player was being asked questions about a difficult outing. Our executive was supporting the player during a difficult time. His comments had everything to do about the game situation that just occurred and nothing else. They were not directed toward any specific reporters. We are extremely disappointed in Sports Illustrated's attempt to fabricate a story where one does not exist. Why didn't they make that comment when they were asked during the story by the reporter before all this?
Sports Illustrated asked you the question because they said they denied to comment. You say, "Oh, our bad. That's not what he meant. That's not." We take that situation very seriously, and we put measures in place to ensure that while he's here, that he's not going to do anything like that again. And we've talked to him, worked with him, and hopefully he's learned from his mistake. We apologize if that's the way you took it. No comment. And then wait for the backlash to come. What did you think was going to happen as a Houston Astros, as a franchise? What did you think was going to happen once this got out, once this story was told this way? What did you think? Did you think we're going to be like, it's okay because they're in the World Series, all is forgiven, he's won you a bunch of games, he's been a pivotal piece on your team in that reliever role and that closer role, so it's good, it's all forgiven, he's good at his job, so we're willing to let this slide? No, that's not how this works, man.
Well, according to the report, the outburst from Taubman was offensive and frightening enough that another Houston staffer apologized.
Mm-hmm.
So if Sports Illustrated or if Houston is to be believed in this account, then that would mean that this entire story is a fabrication, as would be the other reporters, one of whom has already, she's already vouched for what happened on Twitter. She's from Yahoo, I believe, like a separate outlet altogether. Mm-hmm. But she said she can back the story that this other staffer would be lying, that everyone involved, there would be a tremendous conspiracy here.
For what?
To make the Astros look bad. I don't even understand what the point of this would be. Mm-hmm. But, this is kind of where we're at right now, where a lot of people feel like that you can just deny and just get away with it. And, there's some evidence that apparently you can. We don't seem to be bothered by some of this stuff anymore. But this, again, to me, the Astros are probably going to win because they're a better team. But it's hard for me to see how anyone could cheer for the Astros at this point. I mean, this is a classic example of when winning and the desire to win, it takes away any sort of moral compass whatsoever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I understand, you're a franchise. Your job is to go out there and win World Series, and you do that by getting really good players at reasonable prices. Fine. Okay. But what are you doing with Osuna now? Like, what are you doing? Because he has this baggage. Have you thought about doing anything as far as it pertains to making sure that domestic violence, he's not somebody who's going to victimize somebody else? And they may very well have. And that's good. That's great. Second chances and all that jazz. I get it. I rock with it. The punishment was 75 games. He served 75 games. He abided by, from everything I've heard in the limited amount of time that I've been made aware of this story, which was like late last night. He's been abiding by the rules and guidelines that have been put in place by Major League Baseball to help ensure that this doesn't happen again. Cool. But then you can't then look at a group of women reporters and just who have been critical of this. And you know why they're critical of this. This is not anything to do with what's going on the game, with the game or going on the field. This is all about what he's done off field. You can't look at them and somehow puff your chest out like this gives you validation. Like, hey, we got to the World Series. He was a big reason why. This validates my decision. Forget everything you guys were talking about. It invalidates your quest to end domestic violence. Look at us. We're in the World Series. That's all that matters, because this situation with Osuna is so much bigger than baseball, bigger than the World Series. Domestic abuse and domestic violence is something that we should all be really serious about and take seriously, and there is nothing that wipes that off. You can do your time. You get back out in the community, you still have to work to make sure that that doesn't happen again. And no amount of winning erases that past being the domestic violence.
No, it certainly shouldn't. It shouldn't erase any of that stuff. I mean, anyway, I mean, it just never fails to depress what some people will do to win games. And yeah, so I think at this point, I can only speak for myself here, but I'm saying go Nationals.
I mean, all right.
So that's all I can say. I don't know if anything will happen. I would imagine Major League Baseball won't do anything, and no one will step in, and
They've got to step in and have a conversation.
I mean, they probably will privately, but I mean, I bet we won't hear anything about it.
Yeah,
and they'll try to just sweep it under the rug with the World Series. So they'll just whoops.
World Series won't be mentioned.
Well, it won't.
And that is the frustrating thing, I think, for the GM and for the Astros in general, that this is hanging over their heads, and no amount of winning that they can do will wipe this slate clean. And that is why this situation pops off. You're critical of my guy. I'm taking up for my guy, even though my guy beat the hell out of his mother of his children. But he won us some baseball games, so he's great in my book, and that shouldn't be the case.
Let's take a break. We'll come back. Lots more to get to here. We'll talk some NBA, including some official news on Zion and his knee injury. Lots and lots and lots of extensions signed around the league yesterday. Also, Grizzlies picking up 2 rookie extensions. No surprise there. And then one was not picked up, and we'll discuss more of that. All that still is to come as we continue here on the program. It is The Experience. Peter and CJ with you. The Hour Power. Real Sports Talk. Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7.
Spend your lunch with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy on Sports 56 middays, delivered by FedEx. Weekdays from 10 to 1 on Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7.
For the best lineup of quality, fuel-efficient, and fun-to-drive vehicles, get to Wolf Chase Honda and Wolf Chase Nissan. Over 1,000 new certified and pre-owned vehicles in one great location. Catch the savings now during our huge model year-end sales event. Score an amazing deal at Wolf Chase Honda and Wolf Chase Nissan and get to the game in style at Germantown Road and Highway 64. Family owned since 1981.
It's car buying time now during Wolf Chase Nissan's Summer Savings Event. More cars, better offers, and bigger savings than ever before. Model year-end savings on every new 2019 Nissan in stock. Financing as low as 0% up to 60 months on select models for qualified buyers with approved credit through NMAC. Hurry in for exciting summer savings. And remember, if your car says Wolf Chase Nissan, you got the best deal. WolfChaseNissan.com.
I hired Nuptial Num-Nums to cater my wedding, and it was a disaster. Everyone was raving about the food instead of my dress.
No matter how hard you work for your small business, online reviewers will find something to complain about.
They're like, oh, Veronica, the lamb chops. Did the lamb chops fly you out to Cancun?
And while Progressive can't save you from these trolls, we can help you save money on commercial, auto, and business insurance.
I will not be hiring them for my next wedding.
Get a quote online today at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliated and third-party insurers.
Human beings have been shaving for over 5,000 years. That's why Harry's doesn't add gimmicky features to their razors. They focus on the qualities that actually matter for a close, comfortable shave, and they never upcharge you. I've been shaving with Harry's all this year, and I love the clean, close shave I get, the easy glide, and I love the low price. Harry's is a return to the essential, quality, durable blades at a fair price, just $2 per blade. To keep prices low, they cut out the middleman. Harry's has an amazing offer for listeners of this radio station. New customers get $5 off a trial set from Harry's with code STATS at harrys.com. That means you can get a 5-blade razor, weighted handle, foaming shave gel, and travel cover, all for just $3 plus free shipping when you use code STATS at harrys.com. Go to harrys.com today, use code STATS at checkout to claim your offer. When I shave with Harry's. Offer code STATS at harrys.com.
Campbell Clinic now offers daytime walk-in care, and you don't need an appointment. If you've got any kind of urgent break, sprain, strain, you can walk into any of their 5 convenient locations Monday through Friday from 8 until 4. There's no long wait you have to put up with the ER, and those doctors are really good, but they're not orthopedists. They're not world-renowned orthopedists who have come up with different procedures and written the manuals for them that are used everywhere in the world, and I'm not kidding you. And you can now see those doctors who treat the Tigers, the Grizzlies, the Redbirds. You can see them today without an appointment. And I'm talking Collierville, Germantown, South Haven, downtown at the Med Center, or even the Campbell Clinic Spine Center in Cordova. Now, if you've got something pressing, you got to go to work, and you can bear the pain until the evening, there's Campbell Clinic After Hours. That's Monday through Thursday from 5 to 8 in Germantown, South Haven, even Saturday morning in Germantown. If you're injured, don't wait. Visit Campbell Clinic Walk-In Care or Campbell Clinic After Hours.
Welcome back to the Peter Edmiston Experience with CJ Hurt. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
Leave tomorrow behind. Ooh, dream weaver.
I believe you can get me through the night. Yeah. You know this song?
Dreamweaver.
Girl. And then it goes.
Who's it by?
Gary Weaver, I believe.
No, the song is Dreamweaver. It's by Gary Wright.
Gary Weaver.
It would be great if it's by Gary Weaver. Girl.
So you were half right.
Girl. What's your name? My name
Gary
Dreamweaver.
Dreamweaver.
I weave dreams, baby.
That's a great
many people don't know this song's about me. Gary
Gary
Weaver.
Hi, my name is Gary Weaver. So people call me Dreamweaver. That's right. The American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, real Dreamweaver. Anyway. Sorry. Had to get in there.
I'm going to have to make sure you do a Dusty Rhodes impression on my last day here, for sure.
Our power daddy. It's our power. That's right. It's our power distributor.
He would be the greatest spokesperson for any company. Like, you name a company and he does, people would buy that product.
Oh, the Dusty Rhodes reads. The Rhodes reads. Fantastic. Okay. Fantastic. Welcome back here. I am Peter. He's CJ. This is The Experience. That's Austin doing our thing on, it's the NBA's opening night in addition to the World Series. Which are you going to watch more? Washington v. the evil Houston Astros, or you're going to watch the Raptors hosting the Zionless Pelicans. Zion out for 6 to 8 weeks, and I'm going to talk about that in our next segment because there's a lot of stuff that goes along with that. Mm-hmm. Which one are you going to watch?
Raptors and Pelicans. More basketball.
That's right.
I'll catch some of the baseball.
That, by the way, the correct answer. Didn't know that. There was a correct answer to that. Austin, are you going to watch the wrong answer?
Yes, I'll be watching the wrong answer. I'll be watching the World Series.
Oh, baseball Austin over here. You can't listen. It's the World Series. I know.
It's World Series. Hey,
it's
that's
the fall classic. It's,
I will probably go back and forth. I'll probably watch basketball and baseball.
Slap of the leather and all. You can. I mean, you could definitely follow baseball like in the, Nobody does picture-in-picture anymore, but you could put the little picture.
Put the little picture.
Mm-hmm, that'd be fine.
Just pull it up on your phone.
Like a FaceTime video or something.
Yeah,
had a little bitty box on one in the corner and then the big screen.
Yeah, that's all you need. Just keep an eye on it, see what's going on. That's fine. You don't need to focus all your attention on it. Even people that are at a baseball game aren't focusing their whole attention on it. Baseball, they got to have scorebooks and you got to have other stuff going on, and it's can't really actually just watch the game and be interested in it. That's not going to happen.
Why are you taking all these unnecessary shots at baseball?
See, I don't get it.
On its biggest day.
When I go to baseball games, I watch the game. There's a lot of people that'll be on their phone. I'm watching the game. When I go to a live sporting event, I like to watch the game.
You're right there. You're oh, look at that slight movement from the left fielder. He's
well, I'm not necessarily paying. I'm paying attention to the plate because if the ball starts to come my way, I want to be ready to catch it.
No, I agreed with that. Yeah, you got to keep your head on a swivel.
Between innings or something, I might check my phone or do whatever. But while the game is going on and there's somebody at the plate that could potentially hit a missile in my direction, I would like to be paying attention to that. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I mean, there's all kinds of fun stuff you can do at a baseball game.
Yeah.
Besides watch the game. Who's your prediction tonight for the baseball game?
Nationals. I got Nationals in 5.
Oh. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is it because of the Osuna thing? Or
No.
You just
wait? You legitimately? Never mind, just CJ. Never mind.
Oh no. Get it ready. Get it ready. It's time. We just had we all of a sudden we had to break this thing down. It's very important.
I mean, let's do it.
It's time for CJ's World Series breakdown. The Nationals and the Astros. And now here to break it down as only he can. Our baseball analyst, CJ Hurt.
The old Diamond is where they're going to be playing today. On the field, you got the Astros, you got the Nationals. Astros coming in, man, after knocking off the Yankees, home runs and all. Yankees, one of the most offensive teams in the MLB, certainly in the American League, which I'm pretty sure that's where the Astros come from.
The Major League Baseball?
Yeah, the Major League Baseball. The MLB, what did I say? Major Baseball League, whatever it is. They got it. They got it.
The NBL.
Will you stop interrupting me during this baseball minute, Peter? I only got a minute. Astros certainly look to be the more complete team, but man, there's something just special about what's going on with the Nationals. Being able to come all the way from that wild card position all the way to the World Series. And you got to look at pitching. Pitching is where this thing is going to be won or lost. Pitching, because pitching affects how many runs you score. And Peter, I don't know if you know this or not, the more runs you score, the better your chances are of winning a baseball game. And the Nationals have good enough pitching to get past the Astros. When you look at Steven Strasburg.
Don't the
and
Astros have good pitching?
Astros have good pitching also with Verlander and what's the man's name? Merritt Cole somebody. He's out there hurling them balls around also. Out there slinging it all over the field. But I think
that sounds like a guy in a movie, like a character in a movie.
Stop interrupting me, you two. I'm trying to finish my baseball stuff.
Merrick Garland? You think about the Supreme
That
Court
one
justice?
also. Him too. There's Merritt Cole Merritt, and Merrick Garland. They got a lot of merits on that team. It's a team full of merit, Peter. It's a team full of merits. But I think that when you look at it, it boils down to the fact
What about Brett
that
Kavanaugh?
Well, what about Bustin Verlander? Is he there as well?
What it boils down to
Brett
is
Kavanaugh's
the
gonna start.
Nationals just being better when it's all said and done.
What do you
They
think
get
about,
them in 5.
But what about Brett Kavanaugh?
Who?
Brett Kavanaugh.
Yeah, that's a person.
Yeah.
That is certainly a person out there doing stuff somewhere. Yeah.
Or Scalia? You think he's going to get a run?
Scalia will definitely get a run. Yeah. Scalia out of right field for the Nationals is one of the best right fielders in the MLB right now.
Jose Canseco, is he going to do anything at shortstop?
No, Jose is
right.
whatchamacallit. He's out.
Ginsburg?
He's not in the league. Ginsburg? I don't know what Ginsburg can really bring to this team. Roberts, maybe. Roberts is due to break out. When you look at the batting average, the first 2 series, what's his name? Roberts was out there doing some stuff. So it looks like he's about to burst onto the scene in a very big way.
That sounds like a Supreme team to me.
A Supreme Court team, even.
All right, so let's. I think it's a beautiful job. I feel like you've now done it. I'm now thinking the Nationals are going to win also.
Yes,
based on your preview.
Ginsburg, the second greatest roof we've ever seen on the diamond.
Interesting. What and the second greatest baiter as well.
There's another baiter?
Harrison Bader, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely.
All right, cool.
Yeah. I don't know how many Ginsburgs there are. Don't believe we got a lot of baseball playing Ginsburgs. How about Allen, but I don't think he played baseball. Great preview.
Thank you.
Joe Ginsburg, by the way, 1926.
Joe
played for the Yankees. How about that?
Hall of Famer Joe Ginsburg.
How about that? So will all the
I
games
think
be
maybe, possibly. I don't know.
all the games be 5-4?
Yes.
I mean, just stands to reason these days.
5-4. Yeah.
That's right. Let's take a break. We'll come back. Hour number 2 on the way. Again, big thank you to our friends over at Mid-South Power Distributors who bring you this hour of the program. Hour number 1 is the Hour of Power. Love the great folks at Mid-South Power Distributors. You can get everything that you need from them. Anybody that's got a diesel engine, you do anything with diesel engines, big, small, in between, they got you covered, including an in-shop dyno to square everything away. 3250 Mill Branch Road. That's where you'll find the great folks at Mid-South Power Distributors. Again, you can check them out all over mid-southpower.com. You want to go to see their website, mid-southpower.com. That's a great place for you to start. Check them out. Mid-South Power Distributors. Hour number 2 on the way. Stick around. Peter and CJ with you on The Experience. Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7.
I hired nuptial num-nums to cater my wedding, and it was a disaster. Everyone was raving about the food instead of my dress.
No matter how hard you work for your small business, online reviewers will find something to complain about.
They're like, oh, Veronica, the lamb chops. Did the lamb chops fly you out to Cancun?
And while Progressive can't save you from these trolls, we can help you save money on commercial auto and business insurance.
I will not be hiring them for my next wedding.
Get a quote online today at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliated and third-party insurers.
You have to be up in 5 hours, 2 hours, 6 minutes. And when you hear, you realize that you haven't slept a wink. That's why there's ZzzQuil Pure Z's, a drug-free blend of botanicals with an optimal dose of melatonin, so you can fall asleep naturally with no next-day grogginess. It's available in both liquid and gummies, tastes great, and is non-habit forming. Pick up ZzzQuil Pure Z's from the sleep experts at Vicks ZzzQuil. ZzzQuil Pure Z's, naturally superior sleep. Available at retailers near you.
Hi, I'm Jay Farner, CEO of Quicken Loans, America's largest mortgage lender. I've got great news. Mortgage interest rates have dropped. So if you're thinking about buying a home, right now is the time to lock that low rate, even before you find the home of your dreams. With our exclusive Rate Shield approval, the low rate you lock today is protected for up to 90 days while you shop for your new home. With a Rate Shield approval, if rates go up, your low rate stays locked. But if rates go down, you get that new, even lower rate. Either way, you win. Talk to us today at 800-QUICKEN or go to rocketmortgage.com to take advantage. Here's another great reason to work with us. For a record 9 years in a row, J.D. Power has ranked Quicken Loans highest in the nation in customer satisfaction for primary mortgage origination. Again, to lock in today's low mortgage interest rate and get the security of our exclusive Rate Shield approval, call us today at 800-QUICKEN or go to rocketmortgage.com.
For J.D. Power award information, visit jdpower.com. Rate Shield approval only valid on certain 30-year fixed-rate loans. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. License in all 50 states. NMLS number 3030.
If you're someone that enjoys a truly great steak, then there's only one choice for you downtown. 117 Prime. 117 Prime has lots of different things on the menu, but the main attraction is the steaks. Prepared by chefs that love a great steak, you can choose from the 5 or 10 ounce fillets, the 16-ounce prime, the 8-ounce top sirloin cap culotte, or the 14-ounce New York strip, or the king of them all, the 24-ounce dry-aged porterhouse. You heard that right, 24 ounces of the best steak you've ever tasted. If you're craving steak, then head downtown to the steak experts. Head to Prime.
125 seasons of Ole Miss football.
Caught by Deuce, he may go.
Under
Dexter
center.
breaks a tackle.
Mike
Wallace between two defenders.
The tradition continues.
He's to the end zone. Touchdown, Ole Miss. Breaks a tackle. He's gone down the sideline. Touchdown, Ole Miss. He is a beast.
On your home for the Rebels.
Sports 56, 96.1 and 87.7 FM.
We are Sports 56, WHBQ Memphis, WIVG-FM Tunica Memphis, and WPG-FLP Memphis, Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Welcome back to the Peter Edmiston Experience with CJ Hurt. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
My leading lady, we had it all, just like Bogey and the call. Starring in our own late, late show, sailing away to Key Largo. Here's looking at you, kid, missing all the things we did.
This is called Key Largo
We can find it once again.
by Gary Weaver. No? This isn't Gary Weaver. No? Key Largo.
Bertie Higgins.
Bertie Higgins.
Birdie.
We don't make birdies, I don't believe anymore.
No. I've never come across a birdie.
Never come across a birdie?
No.
Yeah. All right. Guess you're not much of a golfer then, are you?
Well, Peter, come on. Even if I was a golfer, I doubt I'd come across a birdie.
That's true. Probably not.
I hear it's hard to do that.
Listen, I play golf and I so rarely do it myself. I don't know. Welcome back to the program. Hour number 2 is here. I am Peter. He is CJ. This is The Experience. Austin producing this program. We watched Sam Darnold get embarrassed last night. It was humiliating and awful and terrible. It was as if he had mono out there. Maybe he still was dealing with mono. Have we thought about that?
I don't know. He was dealing with something.
Whew. I think mono would be better than this. He's seeing ghosts out there, guys.
My gosh, he sees dead people. I see dead people. Just see the smoke coming. Was he breathing? Was it cold? Was he? No, it's not cold. So nobody. Was he breathing smoke? I don't see any red either.
It's Ghostbusters.
Well, no, whenever a dead person is in the Sixth Sense, the little boy smoke comes out his mouth and red is all over somewhere.
Are you the keymaster? I'm the gatekeeper. Any of that stuff. Well, let me tell you something. It was terrible last night. So nothing much more to say to that other than that's literally the worst quarterbacking performance that you will ever see. And I give Darnold credit for standing up and talking to the media, but he's going to that's going to be a tough one. That's going to be a tough one to face down for a while.
There's my man getting excited about the ghosts. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, as a defense, you cannot possibly have a bigger compliment as a defender than what happened to that. That's that's your calling card. You put that thing on a video. You send that out to the league. Look what we can do. Look what we can do. And once again, Bill Belichick continues to be the biggest competitive advantage in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
You got a great coach, man. He may not be a good dude. He may not be a personable fella.
Mm-hmm.
He may have any number of quirks and flaws and everything else, but as a football coach, pretty good.
Good at that.
Good at coaching the football.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a key thing for a football coach to be good at.
Yes.
One of the better things, I think, for a football coach to be good at
coaching football.
is coaching football.
Yeah.
Top, I'd say 4 or 5, easy.
Certainly top 10. I think we could argue about 4 or 5.
Yeah. I think that's exactly
He's right there on the cusp.
I think that's exactly right about that. Okay, so I mentioned tonight as the NBA gets started, World Series is going on, but the real story really is the NBA. No? Nobody? No? Okay. All right. I like to just tweak people sometimes. The Pelicans and the Raptors will get started. Lakers and Clippers will be the nightcap tonight. A very interesting game. 400 media credentials for that game.
Good Lord. All of the media up here. Did you get yours?
I did. Yeah, I'll be flying out
all right.
later on. Yeah. Excited about that. So Pelicans Raptors was looking to be very, very tasty indeed as the Raptors get to raise their banner and celebrate their championship. And everyone was excited about Zion being part of things. That was the idea behind the NBA putting this game on first, the very first game of the season, TNT, etc., all of that. Well, we got a problem.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Zion's knee did not cooperate. And as it turns out, he had a lateral meniscus tear, and he had what they call a debridement procedure done, which is a partial removal of the meniscus itself, not completely. It was not a repair. If it had been a repair, he would have been out for the season. It's more of we shave a little bit of it off, and then we kind of rehab it and see where we're at, and we go on about our business. He's out 6 to 8 weeks, according to the release, but I would suggest, CJ, based on the history of this procedure, that it's probably at least 8 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And then given his body being, 6'6", 285, and the fact that he's such a unique and important player for the Pelicans' future, that they'll be so careful with his return that I'm guessing if and when he comes back, it's not going to be till the new year. And probably even then, very delicately, lots of load management, lots of ease him in, give him a day off here and there. And I don't know, man. He's already had a knee injury at Duke. The shoe thing that they gave him, this the same knee that was sprained in the shoe when the shoe popped off and burst and all that. And of course he's got the weight and the body type and the explosive athlete stuff. Are you worried about this from a long-term perspective?
Terribly worried. Terribly so. And I think we all
Shaquille
should be.
O'Neal is back?
Man. Well, I don't.
Because, the other thing is he's not going to be able to run around a lot, and my man is
he's going to be able
to
do something, and they'll be able to get that diet where it needs to be so that it's not all being aged in that delicious
They can't
cuisine.
be with him all day, 24/7.
Oh, yes, the hell they can. Not only can they as a franchise, all the other franchises in the NBA can as
they
well.
mow gumbo?
This is a league-wide. This has got to be up there as far as league-wide concern because this is a future
Thick
star.
grits?
Now, come on, man. Come on. This is and not just a star on the court. This is a star that's going to make you money as a league. Everybody should be concerned about his health and his. Come on. Come on, Tim Chunk. Get out. Everybody should be concerned about his health because a player like that being out affects the bottom line and the bottom dollar. Look at what's going on now, like just today. This whole game is, hey, we can get the NBA champions on, and we can get an individual star like Zion on, and people will watch because Zion is there. And this is a league that is driven by superstars, and the more you have, the more money you can make because it is more marketable for individual teams, and you can put them on TV, and people will care, and people will watch. Not only do the Pelicans need to be with them 24/7, the NBA needs to find some trainers to go down there and find dietitians or something to keep him in shape. I'm trying to do a show here. That's what the hell I'm trying to do. I'm trying to do a damn show. And this guy's over here talking about Tim Thickens.
Cajun Rondo.
And Andre Drummies.
Cajun Rondo.
Cajun Rondo.
Oh, my God.
I was just thinking just Biggs, but I mean, yeah, you can go like that.
Can we do a show?
Yeah.
Can we?
We have to do a show.
We're doing a show.
Are we sure we can do a show?
We're doing a show.
I'm spitting great sports takes. What are you doing over there?
John Ranch. What are you doing?
And you got him started.
John Morant is pretty funny. You got to give that.
No, I don't have to give either one of you anything. Stop it right now.
Bisquick Biombo.
Why? I would not have participated today had I known this is what the show was going to devolve to. Talking about my man's health.
What? He's fine.
And y'all over
Give
here.
me a good ab workout over here. I need this.
Yeah, he's fine. He's doing great. Text in what your nickname 67129.
Or don't. Whatever.
No, do. Keep doing it. Please. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Come on. Whatever.
Oh, man.
Russell Westbrook. What's going on?
Come on, man.
Is this Interrupt CJ Day? Apparently, Texter, it is. Apparently. Interrupt CJ Day with rather funny nicknames for Zion.
Come on.
You've been waiting on that also. You've been waiting for such a long time.
That's why I saved it for the second hour so we'd have the whole segment.
Unleash these Zion names on us. You evil genius, you.
Okay. Sorry, go ahead.
I don't even know where I was.
No, you're saying you're going to have trainers and staff, and the NBA is going to have, and they should. I mean, the NBA should do everything they can to keep him healthy and safe and in good shape. The thing is, like, healthy and safe is like a whole different deal. It's not like he's like endangering his life. I don't think it's anything like that. It's just like, you got guys that were, some guys have a particular body type and a particular, like Oliver Miller back in the day, they just have a tendency to get big. Like that's how it is. Some people's metabolism isn't as strong. That's part of the gig. Texter says pie on Williams. Also, Eric Gordon Blue.
Why Texas?
I mean, that's pretty good.
Texas, why are y'all?
That was pretty good.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. I got to hand it
Eric
to
Gordon
him.
Blue. That's pretty good. You got to say that.
Texters.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
I know Peter's not, but I thought you guys were.
Really?
I thought you guys were better than this,
Really?
Texters.
You didn't?
Yes. I know you are not. I know Austin.
Our texters like to have fun. That's the
because it's very fun.
Eric Gordon Blue.
Once you start doing it, it's pretty fun. You have to admit
I admit no such thing.
Oh, it's well, anyway, it is a problem. It's a problem, and I think long term for the Pelicans, it's a big issue. Him coming back and like, when are they gonna make this thing happen? Is it like, as Texter says, possible bust alert? I'm not saying that. Obviously, when he played in the preseason, like what you saw, he ain't busting. He's fantastic, but he's busting out of those shorts, which could be that's your problem right there. You got to be careful with that stuff, and if he doesn't get himself in shape while his knee is hurt and getting himself the right cardio and all that, he just has a tendency. You saw him in Summer League, like he looked bigger. He looked like he came into camp in pretty good shape, and he was much more dynamic. He's obviously on the court. He's a phenomenal player. Like, watching him is insane. How athletic and what he can do. It's nuts. So I hope he's I hope he gets healthy, man. It's because he's a pleasure to watch. But this is troubling.
Yeah,
this is troubling for them, and I don't know. I don't know where you.
Just when it looked like you were catching a break as a Pelicans franchise, one that has had the season hijacked, the past season and a half with Anthony Davis trade rumors and a disgruntled superstar right when it looked like, hey, we got the number 1 overall pick and we are about to take off. We got a bunch of young talent around them. We are going to take off, and maybe not this year or the following year, but 3, 4, 5 years down the line, we are going to be really good, and we are going to be one of those teams in the NBA contending. Right when it looked like everything was looking up for you, this happens. You get a player who, like you said, by no fault of his own, just his body type, is injured now. And now you got to find a way to get him back from injury and keep him healthy and maintain his health throughout his career.
Not easy.
No.
Keep those nicknames coming in, though. It's 67129. It's fun. Try it. Come on.
I will not.
Come on.
I will
Just
not.
try one. It's fun.
I won't. No, I'm not doing that.
Come on.
No. Austin is licking his lip over there. I know I can't. And I won't. No, I'm not.
Okay.
You know you want to.
There will be no Alonzo gorging coming out of my mouth.
Wait, was that an attempt?
No, it was not.
What about Gorgie Jing?
No.
Okay. That's fine. Carl's Jr. Malone.
Somebody texted in Taco Fall. That's his actual name, though, right?
James Hardy's. No.
James Garden Salad. What are we doing?
No. I'm not doing that with you guys.
No, we can't. I mean, you can't do that.
You're right. I can't. That is remarkably too punny, is what it is, and I don't like it. Puns are bad enough. This is just getting out of hand.
No, it's fantastic.
All right, so let's just keep those coming in, though.
There will be no Carmel Anthony for me.
Look at CJ. He's trying. He's just throwing him out.
No, he's none of that.
No.
Okay. I need to know.
No, there's not.
Okay. Just keep letting me know what you won't be doing.
I will.
It's a very important.
Don't you worry.
It's very important.
I will certainly let you know.
Okay. All right. 67129 on those texts. Keep those coming in. Texter says, "Stay true to your sports, CJ."
Thank you, Texter. I'm holding it down for the sports.
Texter said last. By the way, that last song was by Keith Willie, which is correct. Keith Willie's
callbacks.
Love the callbacks. Love the callbacks. Appreciate that very much. It's very important.
Yes, so important. So important.
Marcus Soul Food. Anyway, so we've got more extensions coming in. What?
Extensions coming in. Extensions are coming in.
Yesterday was the deadlines for the extensions for players that were eligible after their rookie years. Also, it was we had deadlines. Well, I guess technically we still have deadlines for teams to pick up players' extensions, rookie extensions through because the rookie contracts go first round contracts are 2 years, guaranteed, then third year and fourth year team options. So the deadline to pick up those options is actually October 31st, but pretty much everyone's doing it now, including the Grizzlies, who did pick up the options for Jaren Jackson Jr. Not a shock there. And Grayson Allen, also not really a shock there. They are not going to pick up Josh Jackson's extension, even though they obviously could do that. They're not going to, which means that he will become an unrestricted free agent at the end of this year. And the reasoning behind that, I talked to some folks who were familiar with the Grizzlies' thinking on the issue, and this was agreed upon and discussed between the Grizzlies and Josh Jackson prior to his signing, not signing, but prior to him joining the team. During the process where he was away and over the summer, and then getting as they were getting together and figuring out this pathway that he's on to try to get himself back onto the roster, which involves him starting with the G League team and meeting certain criteria once he's there, not necessarily on the court, probably as much off the court in terms of what he's doing. If he meets those criteria, then he's going to work his way and be able to be back on the main roster, eventually over the course of weeks or months, however long it takes. But as a condition of that, as part of that, they discussed the idea that they're not going to be picking up that fourth year because they just don't. And I mean, I don't know. I can't. This is something I can only speak to from my supposition, but it seems pretty evident that they want to try to thread that needle. They want to give him a chance to show what he can do because he is a talent. But obviously, he's had a number of off-court problems, and more just from my understanding is that he's had some, I wouldn't say attitude issues so much as just like hasn't necessarily picked up what he needed to pick up in Phoenix, hasn't necessarily been the greatest citizen, let's just say. Not a bad dude necessarily, but maybe just sort of a misguided dude, or maybe surrounded by some of the wrong people, that kind of thing. So I think the Grizzlies haven't completely given up on him or anything like that, because if they were going to do that, they would just cut him. Honestly, like it's a sunk cost. They would have saved a little bit of dead money relative to like Miles Plumlee, for example. Josh Jackson's, that would have only cost him about $8 million as opposed to $12.5 million. If they just didn't believe in the guy, they would just cut him. So at the very least, they do have some level of desire to try to see if it's going to work. But he's got these things that he's got to do, and they can't commit. This would be almost a $9 million commitment to him next year. If they picked up that option, it's a lot of money. If he was good, no problem, pick it up. Don't even bat an eyelash. But obviously he's not. So that's where they are, and we'll kind of see what happens. They'll have space. They'll have to use space to sign him, or an exception of some sort. But they'll have cap space to do it, and so it doesn't preclude them bringing him back. They just probably are a little skeptical that he's going to get it all together and be worth it.
And skeptical and want to set clear, attainable goals. When you have somebody who, not necessarily a bad person, but somebody who it seems makes questionable decisions, makes bad decisions constantly, you want to set goals for them to reach, give them something attainable to actually work towards, to show them, hey, this is a positive behavior, get them conditioned to do the positive thing and avoid some of the off-court turmoil that we see happening from time to time. I see the look on your face, and it's very disparaging for me right now.
What do you mean?
No, just get it out. Get it over with.
I just have to look. I just look at the text. Text just says switch to NFL, but Juju's sister Schubert.
Come on, man. Come on. That's not even on the same sport.
I know, but it's so
We're
good.
not going.
It's so good. I can't.
Come on.
Patrick Calzones.
I mean, come on. You can't.
Here we go. Now we've opened up all the sports.
I'm gonna make an exception for that one. That's so good. You just can't. Sister Schubert.
Ben Roethlisberger.
Plus, I love Sister Schubert rolls. They're so good.
They are wonderful roles. They are delightful.
Anyway, that's the deal with Josh Jackson.
Okay,
So
cool.
It's like I think they'll, I don't. We'll see. Just personally, like with his size and his ability to do some stuff, like it would behoove them to
for this to work,
to try to make it work as much as they can. I mean, he has a unique set of skills that you don't see 6'8" wings who can handle it a little bit and who can do the things that he can do theoretically. Again, he just wasn't very good, but he was with the Suns.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see there was a podcast, a Polish podcast I happened to see the translation of, as I like to troll the Polish podcast landscape.
Okay.
Marcin Gortat said that the Suns were like a giant brothel was his translation.
Oh.
So I'm not sure if
that's a lot of fun.
But he said it was
said
it was the worst run organization he's ever been a part of. Like it was like he just completely dogged them out.
Okay.
And everyone knows the Suns are a terribly run organization.
Mm-hmm.
So part of what Josh Jackson's, you got to wonder, like, and this is kind of what the Grizzlies want to see. Like, if you get him out of this situation and you get him into a different kind of environment, what changes, if anything?
And that they're putting in measures to give him that structure. The Suns franchise is a structureless organization right now. And what the Grizzlies have decided to do, it seems like, it's put a whole bunch of structure on this young man to say, hey, you're telling us that it was structured. Everybody in the NBA is telling us that's just the way Phoenix was. We want to make sure. You'll have to show us. And to his credit, I think, he's saying, okay, I might not like it, but I'll do it because I know what I am and who I am as a person and what I can do on the court.
I don't think he's got much. I don't think he's got much choice, at this point either. That's the other thing is I just don't know what else is out there for him. So he's got to make this thing work. There's a lot of motivation on his side and some motivation on the Grizzlies side as well. I mean, it's not just a total sunk cost. Like they'd like to, if they could get something out of him, it would be tremendously. It would be a huge benefit for them. But obviously, part of the reason why Phoenix wanted to do the deal they did was to get rid of Josh Jackson. Like they clearly didn't believe in what he was going to do. So there you go. Other extensions that are happening. Part of the CJ is because of what the market is going to look like next off season. A lot of teams trying to figure out if you looked at like Bradley Beal, for example, off the board because of his extension. There's not a ton of teams that are going to have cap space. The Grizzlies will be one of them. We'll have enough room for one max contract and could make room for two if they wanted to maneuver around and go crazy. But there's who's in the market to actually get a max contract. And these rookies that are coming off their deal to be potential restricted free agents, the teams did the math on this and looked and said, okay, two things. Number one, got this China stuff that's like just hanging out, and we don't know what that's going to do long-term to the cap. We got to start locking some things in because if this has a negative impact, then all of a sudden we don't have the spending power that we thought we were going to have in a year or two. I don't think it's going to affect next year, but the year after potentially could. So that's kind of just looming out there and may have been a motivating factor to get some of this stuff done. More importantly, I think, when they start looking at the market and realizing that next offseason there's going to be a few teams that are going to have a ton of space and there's not going to be all that many guys, all of a sudden these guys that could be restricted free agents, teams looked and said, man, these prices are going to be huge. Teams are going to put offer sheets on these guys that are going to be too much.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how you get, Jaylen Brown getting a $108 million extension that could be way over that, depending on how these incentives kick in. Has he earned 4 years, 108? Probably not. But he would get more than that in the open market. The Grizzlies, for example, would be happy to pay a full max to him, plus make it player option, trade kicker, all the unfriendly things that teams don't want to have on their contracts. The Grizzlies would load it up with that, and the Celtics would have to match it, and that would be so they'd say, look, let me sort of quote unquote overpay now, as opposed to really overpaying later. Once he's off the market, well, okay. Now Domantas Sabonis goes off the market, 4 year, $77 million extension signed with the Pacers. Buddy Hield gets a $86 million deal. I think a great deal for the Kings. Could go up to 106, I think, with the incentives. But shooters, man. You need shooters. DeJounte Murray, another really good deal. 4 year, $64 million. Spurs As long as he stays healthy, he's going to be well worth that and then some through the 4 years of that. Torian Prince, a 2-year, $29 million deal. Joe Ingles, a $14 million extension to keep him off the market for a year. The Grizzlies, there's no one. I mean, Brandon Ingram is the biggest name guy. Malik Beasley will be restricted free agents. It's not going to be, the Grizzlies have all this space. There's not going to be a whole lot to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
So they're Josh Jackson coming back. Okay, fine. We know what else we can do with this space.
Yeah.
All of a sudden now trading for big contracts might be more appealing because, I mean, again, what's the cost?
They're the team with the cap space to get it in for next year. And if you're the Grizzlies, you want to acquire young pieces. You want to be able to acquire future assets and draft picks and young players who might be good enough to really contribute to your team when they get good enough, the stars, the Ja and the Jarens get good enough to make a legitimate playoff push.
I mean, that's the thing. So I was surprised to some extent to see a lot of these deals that didn't look like they were necessarily going to get done. And usually don't see this many of these rookies extensions being done. But because of where we are right now financially around the league, that is part of the gig. And so the Grizzlies, that cap space that they've got now is much less valuable as a this summer as a weapon to go and get. Again, unless like Brandon Ingram's your guy, but here's the other problem: a lot of these teams that are in the same boat as the Grizzlies, they're going to have the same amount of money, so they're all just going to be competing for that same free agent. So, what could have been an interesting free agency for the Grizzlies, in the off season, has gotten significantly less so over the last 24 hours. Now it's just. I mean, again, unless somebody pops this year and you see some player really emerge or something like that, then that would be the thing. But otherwise, that cap space is much less appealing than it was. Let's take a break. We'll come back and continue here on the Experience. Daryl Strawberry Shortcake says one tech. I mean,
whatever.
Whatever. This is what we do here. Keep those coming.
Did somebody say Tracy McGravy? Because that was appalling if they did.
I can't believe someone would say something like that.
Come on, people. Let's be better than this.
No, let's be.
Peter, you be better. Austin, you be better. Texas, you be better.
You're exactly right about that. I can't believe that. Let's take that break. We'll come back. So much more to get to on the Experience. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56. 96.1, 87.7.
Take Sports 56 with you on your phone or tablet. Download our official Sports 56 app today.
The folks at Homer Skelton Hyundai want to say thank you. Thank you, Memphis, for another spectacular year. They set records, but I can understand why. You think about the product. Where else do you get a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty? That's what you get on every new car at Homer Skelton Hyundai. Oh, and thank you again for the 11th straight year, the #1 certified pre-owned car dealership in all of Memphis. It starts with that product, but then it goes to the shopper assurance. Where else do you go where you get transparent pricing, flexible test drive, take the car for a couple of days if you want, streamlined buying process. You're not going to be there all day, in and out. And then, and I have not seen this anywhere else, the 3-day worry-free exchange. You buy a new car, if you've got any buyer's remorse, you've got 3 days to change your mind. Just get on Lamar, take it into Mississippi, the first exit's Craft Road, turn left, and go see Chris True and all the gang at Homer Skelton Hyundai.
Come to Holly Chevrolet in Marion and get end-of-summer deals. Right now, save over $9,400 off MSRP on the strongest, most advanced Silverado ever. The all-new 2019 Chevy Silverado Double Cab LTZ 71 All-Star Edition. All 2018s must go. Get a 2018 Malibu for as low as $22,995. Stop by today and check out Holly's large selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs ready for you to enjoy. And at Holly Chevrolet, it's a no-pressure, no-hassle environment. As a matter of fact, there's no badgers and never pay a dock fee. Find new roads at Exit 14 off I-55 in Marion, just 15 minutes from downtown Memphis. HollyChevrolet.com.
2019 Chevy Silverado Double Cab LTZ 71 All-Star, stock number N3607. 2018 Chevy Malibu, stock number N3377. All discounts, rebates, and incentives are included and applied. Must qualify and finance with GM Financial and have a 2005 or newer GM product. Prices don't include tax, tag, title, registration. Take delivery by 10/31/19. See dealer for details.
Fall is fast approaching, and you know what that means. Time to start thinking about covering your pool. The best way to protect your pool, your loved ones, and your pocketbook is with the safety pool cover. Mario's Pools on Exeter and Germantown has the best advertised price on all pool safety covers, solid and mesh, looking great year after year. A safety cover requires less maintenance, saves money on chemicals and water, prevents standing water, and extends the life of your liner. Call Mario's Pools at 552-3399. That's 552-3399, or just walk in and see him in Germantown on Exeter Road. Plus, he specializes in pool closings. Mario's has an A rating with the Better Business Bureau. Check out his reviews on Facebook. Protect your investment. Call Mario's Pools today, 552-3399.
It's hot outside, and James Davis Men's Store is filled with new deliveries that are on fire to match the fall heat. The selection of 5-pocket pants in every fabric and fit is out of control. They have denim, cotton twill, brushed cotton, and wrinkle-free travel wool. And every one with that two-way stretch that moves with you no matter what you're doing. The brand new stamped cotton shirt fabrics for fall are in. I dare you to try one. 3 measurements, 9 days. They start at $98. Perfect fit. If you're tired of being the worst dressed at the pregame party, let James Davis fit you now with a perfect fit, custom made to measure showstopper coat. It starts at $6.95, and James Davis still has the Paul Batenley suit deal, 2 incredible suits for $7.95. Wedding parties? Don't rent tuxedos. Get a perfect fit classic or trim fit that someone can wear again. James Davis Men's Store in the Laurelwood Shopping Center. Always incredible service, same day alteration, and the home of the perfect fit.
Got something you want to get off your chest?
You better have a backup plan.
Want to join the conversation?
Someone needs to tell him he has to grow up.
Join us on the First Bank phone lines at 360-8255 or the First Bank text line at 67129. Welcome back to the Peter Edmiston Experience with CJ Hurt. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
Every now and then I get a little bit terrified, but then I see the look in your eyes.
Turn around.
Every now and then I fall apart.
Turn around.
Will you just turn the hell around, damn it?
Every now and then I fall apart. And I need you now tonight.
Yeah, welcome back. Sports 56 961 87.7. As we continue here on the program, I am Peter. He is CJ. That's Austin and Soft Rock Tuesday. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We're getting it.
Yes,
we're getting it. We're doing it. We're doing the thing, and we're making it happen. And that's what it's all about. Just like you. You know, we're not too far away, CJ. You know, we're about, 6 weeks, 7 weeks out from holiday season.
Mm-hmm. I've already been prepared for Halloween.
Man, okay. You think? I mean, you're prepared for Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
But you got more holidays coming. Oh, and that's going to cost you some money. Now
yes.
how you gonna afford all that? How can you save a little extra money here and there? I got an idea for you. Maybe you haven't thought about it. You can consolidate your high interest credit card balances to a lower end rate and save a bunch of money with Lightstream. Get a rate as low as 5.95% with auto pay. That's much lower. The national average interest rate is over 20% APR. So if you get that down to a 5.95% APR, you will save a bunch of money on that's just money that's flying out the window every month when you're paying these credit card balances that are just sticking there, and you're paying it, and it may not be something you even think about or even know that you're going to be able to consolidate and get that refinance, but that's absolutely what you can do. Lightstream wants to take care of you. Lightstream believes that people with good credit deserve a better loan experience. That's exactly what they deliver. Your rate is fixed, so as rates continue to rise, your low rate won't budge, no fees. You can even get your money as soon as the day you apply. And just for our listeners, you can apply now to get a special interest rate discount. But the only way to get this discount is to go to lightstream.com/Peter. That's lightstream.com/Peter to get that special interest rate discount. Subject to credit approval. Rate includes 0.5% auto pay discount. Terms, conditions apply, and offers are subject to change without notice. Visit lightstream.com/Peter for more information. That can help you get a little extra money for the holidays with Lightstream. Cordedrian tweets me at Cordedrian TRDWL, Cordedrian Treadwell, says, thanks for making me have to clean up the truck. Literal spit take earlier at Bisquick, Biombo.
Don't encourage him.
I'm sorry about that, Cordedrian.
You should be. You should
My
go over
apologies.
there and detail his car right now.
Texter says Jerry Steakhouse.
Come on, Texter. Come on. Why? Why did you open this can of worms?
Chris Stapp's more zingers.
Come on. Come on.
I love zingers. They were so delicious.
They're not even on the list of like snack cakes. They're not even up there.
What?
They're not. They're not a ho-ho, a ding dong. Hell, they're not even a what's the one? Twinkie. I love ho-hos. I love ding dong.
I do too.
Okay.
I love zingers as well.
Zingers are
They came in
okay
a
at
pack
best.
of 3, first of all. The chocolate ones were amazing because they had the chocolate frosting on top. You could choose to peel it all the way off, and then you end up with like what was essentially a chocolate Twinkie.
Mm-hmm.
You get the frosting on top of that. If you want to eat it together, cool. But if you want to peel that frosting off and you just have the chocolate Twinkie, then you're fine. It's filled with cream. What's not to like?
I didn't like it. I don't like the flavor of the chocolate. I feel like it's a different sort of chocolate. Like it's not rich enough to me. It's kind of, maybe I had one that was stale. Maybe all the zingers I've had have been stale. But be it the strawberry one, the pink one, or the yellow one, which I think is like banana cream, or the chocolate one, they all just don't taste right to me. Like maybe that artificial, that fake sugar. That what is Sweet and Low?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that type sugar is in there somehow. It just doesn't hit the same way for me.
Okay. All right. Well, you're just wrong, but that's okay. That's fine. Not the first time. Ricky Ruby Tuesdays.
Come on. Come on.
Wendy's Carter Jr.
Come. Be better than this. Be better than this.
No, you can't. We can't. We can't be better than this.
Yes, you can.
No.
I got faith in you people.
No, none of us can. It's gonna keep happening. Keep those coming in. Appreciate that. 67129. Those are all wonderful and tremendous.
Whatever. I should have been sick today. I should have called in sick today. I know now. Next time there's big Zion Williamson news, I know.
You should.
I know. I'm out.
So there was big Zion Williamson news, as we talked about. That's why we're doing all this. It's delightful and wonderful. And there was some big NFL news this morning too. The Patriots, fresh off demoralizing and destroying Sam Darnold's life and career and everything else as we know it.
Beating him so bad he's seeing things.
Yeah, it's making him question his life decisions at this point. What led him to this point in his life that he is doing all of this. That wasn't enough for the Patriots. They now make a move this morning as we approach the NFL trade deadline. Mohamed Sanu goes from the Falcons to the Patriots for a second round draft pick. Sanu is, I didn't realize he was 30. I always thought he was a little bit younger than that.
I thought he was younger too.
Yeah, I don't know. That's but this is his 8th year, and he's as a guy that can line up along the inside. We talked about the Patriots typically haven't always had like unbelievable wide receiving targets, but he is a pretty darn good one. And they've been dealing with so many injuries. Julian Edelman, Josh Gordon, Philip Dorsett, all of them.
N'Keal Harry, who they drafted to be that guy.
Yeah. And he's, with him not being able to play, and all those guys, having had different sorts of small, medium injuries over the last few weeks, this definitely helps them. But, I mean, again, obviously it didn't matter. I mean, you look at who they had last night.
Who did they have last night?
I think it was
outside of the Ghosts on the defensive side of the ball.
That's who it was. It was
okay.
it was the Ghosts, and they were great. Those Ghosts are really good. So that's probably, I guess, technically, maybe a little bit of an overpay, but I've always felt like NFL teams, I mean, it's just different, I suppose, but they really value, like, draft picks have tremendous value from an NFL perspective. Like, I mean, more so than almost any other sport, really. Those NFL, like, to get a first is like, it's very unusual. A second is like very highly touted, commodity. So, when you give that up, it's a big deal for a team like the Patriots that doesn't like to do that. But they're just trying to push all the chips in, and it's hard to bet against anyone else, just as usual. It's just kind of how it goes.
Yeah. And watch them go up there and just ball out, just feast up there in that New England offense, because that is what usually happens when they get a hold to any player. That player, for whatever reason, maybe it's because Bill Belichick is a good coach, I don't know, but for whatever reason, that player plays out of their minds and surpasses all reasonable expectations for what they can do, be it Julian Edelman or Wes Welker or Randy Moss. Remember Randy Moss got there and there was some legitimate thought that Randy might have lost a step or two. Still really good, but he's not the same Moss that was in Minnesota. And all he does is go out there, he and Tom Brady get all of the receiving and passing yards the couple of seasons he was in New England. I guess this is good for Mohamed Sanu, who's going from a team that is going nowhere. What are they? 1-something? 1-6?
Terrible.
1-7?
They are
to
embarrassing.
An undefeated team? Like, yeah, this is good for him. And the Falcons get a draft pick to waste and ruin somebody else's career.
Well, the Falcons have been, okay of late, but not this year.
No, not at all this year. No. And I don't know why that is. That's a team who we all thought was okay. This NFC South, this thing could get real interesting when you take the Saints and the Panthers and the Falcons into consideration. Matt Ryan supposed to take that, to be that guy, that elite quarterback that people thought he was. And this season, they have looked bad. He's still putting up numbers also. And I'm not sure what that means or what that says about him and his career so far, but they are really bad, and he's got some pretty impressive passing numbers so far on the season.
It's been interesting. Speaking of passing numbers, we saw over the weekend Ryan Tannehill jumps in, getting the first start in place of Marcus Mariota, and guess what? Titans won. And apart from the kind of weird ending to that game where, frankly, the Chargers should have gotten in and Gordon fumbles the ball and all that sort of thing, looked a lot better than they did the week prior. Offense looked like it had a little juice, which there was no juice to be found the week prior. This was an improvement, but I think to me also it just was like a kind of cemented the idea that Mariota, man, is I don't know where he goes from here. This looks like a ticket to backup quarterback status next year, and eventually just kind of into obscurity. Like I don't know. This may be it for him as a high level guy.
It looks that way. It also looks like the Titans need to move on from Vrabel. There were some coaching decisions there down the stretch, and
just kind of looked that way all year. Honestly,
what are you doing? They were real fortunate to come away with that win. And had Gordon not fumbled the ball, had what's the running back who is basically a wide receiver for the Chargers? His name escapes me. Had he gotten in on that reception, now it's gonna bother me. Eckler had I do believe it's Eckler. Had he gotten in on that touchdown, it's a completely different story for Vrabel and that Tennessee team. I just, with Marcus Mariota, and this is why continuity is so important for an NFL team, for all sports, but especially for an NFL team. If you are like, we need a quarterback, and we're going to go draft one, there's got to be continuity there. At the very least, from the head coaching position. He is dealing with, the fourth offensive coordinator, fourth different offense he's had to learn. That matters. That has some effect on you. And so you're looking and you're saying, why has he not made the necessary progressions in his NFL career, NFL tenure? And you have to look at the fact that it is probably because he is overthinking and not just reacting.
That's true. I can't check the text line during the segment because it's cracking me up. People are sending in more.
What?
More of these. Texter says, Deshaun Wade.
Come on! Texter! Just when we got refocused on sports.
We were almost there.
Almost through the segment.
Hugh Freeze bomb.
Come on. That's not even basketball.
Mike McConley. Shaq Quesadilla. Ricky Ruby Tuesdays. All right. Anyway, I'm sorry. Eli Applebee's.
Come on!
I don't know.
Stop!
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, my God. Good grief. You people. Stop it.
Cam Fig Newton.
Stop it. I'm tired of this. I don't want to hear anything about Pasta Siakam. No. Stop it. This is real sports talk, damn it. This is not the Food Network. We're not doing this.
DeMar to frozen food.
Come on. Go to break. We'll be back. Sports 56.
No, it's too good.
It's not good.
We can't go now.
Yes, we can.
All right, fine. Take it to break.
Sports 56, 87.7, 96.1.
Sports 56 now has 2 FM homes. You can now find real sports talk on 96.1 as well as 87.7 on your FM dial.
You'll see the dedication in every single step. You'll see it in the smiles when smiles are hard to get. You'll see it in the little things that add up to success. The caring and passion are the things that we love best.
Wolf Chase Limb Brace is your Mid-South provider for orthotics and prosthetics. They are an ABC accredited facility and their practitioners are ABC certified. At Wolf Chase Limb Brace, their services include artificial limbs, legs and arms, braces of all kinds, and custom molded inserts. You can call them today at 901-507-7821 for their location on Highway 64 in between Germantown Parkway and Appling Road, or visit them at their new location in Jackson, Tennessee. That number is 731-660-5900, or visit them on the web at wolfchaselemembrace.com.
Dedicated our life to yours. Wolf Chase Limb and Brace.
Is imitation the sincerest form of flattery? Not.
When it comes to your car audio.
Stereo One is the leader in car audio, remote start, security, and more for the past 30 years. Stereo One is proud to announce the grand opening of their new location, 1983 Covington Pike, across from the Honda dealership. To celebrate their new location, Stereo One has marked down their entire inventory. Remote start systems at $129.
With free installation.
Subwoofer base packages start at just $199. Window tint starting at $129. The entire inventory of radios and touchscreens with features like Apple CarPlay, Bluetooth, and backup cameras are marked to go. Check out Stereo One before you buy online. Their knowledge, friendly sales staff, and pro installation team will take care of you. Visit the Stereo One new location today, 1983 Covington Pike, across from Honda, or visit their mega store at Mendenhall and Winchester. Make sure you go to the originators and not the imitators.
Stereo One is still the one for your auto accessories.
Did you know nearly 40% of men under 40 and over 75% of men over the age of 40 experience sexual performance concerns? At the Memphis Men's Clinic, their experienced physician performs a comprehensive evaluation that determines which specific issues may interfere with your sexual performance. These issues can vary and range from anxiety to medical issues, low testosterone, or erectile dysfunction. The Memphis Men's Clinic has evaluated hundreds of men of all ages over the years and reestablished a normal sexual life. The Memphis Men's Clinic will work aggressively to resolve issues and allow you to restore your sexual health and overall well-being. That's the Memphis way. If you're 20 years old or 90 years old, come and get cared for the Memphis way. Treatment that's based on your specific needs after a professional clinical evaluation by their experienced board-certified physician. Call the Memphis Men's Clinic today at 901-443-0475 or visit memphismensclinic.com.
The Vault on G.E. Patterson in South Main downtown has all your game day needs with 30 TVs. If your game is not on one of the 20 big screens, then sit in a booth with your own remote. The Vault has game day specials on pitchers, buckets of beer, and great food, which is the best thing about the Vault. This is not your normal sports bar. Chef Dirk Meitzler from On Tour and Cafe 621 has all his favorites like chicken Newport and his new lobster enchilada. Open for lunch and dinner every day with lunch specials for $12 weekdays with a drink. The Vault on G.E. Patterson in South Main, your downtown place to eat, drink, and watch the game.
By now, everybody in Memphis knows that Sunrise on Jefferson offers the best breakfast in Memphis. But what you might not know is Sunrise also offers a fantastic lunch menu. The mouth-watering bacon cheeseburger, because everything is better with bacon. The grilled chicken sandwich, also with bacon. The turkey sandwich with, you guessed it, bacon. And, of course, the BLT, because sometimes bacon just has to be the star. Come to Sunrise for a delicious lunch, now with extra added bacon goodness. Bacon and Sunrise, made for each other.
You have to be up in 5 hours, 2 hours, 6 minutes. And when you hear, you realize that you haven't slept a wink. That's why there's ZzzQuil Pure Z's, a drug-free blend of botanicals with an optimal dose of melatonin, so you can fall asleep naturally with no next-day grogginess. It's available in both liquid and gummies, tastes great, and is non-habit forming. Pick up ZzzQuil Pure Z's from the sleep experts at Vicks ZzzQuil. ZzzQuil Pure Z's, naturally superior sleep. Available at retailers near you.
Welcome back to the Peter Edmiston Experience with CJ Hurt. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
One more lonely night for me. I looked up, what did I see? Sexy eyes. Sexy eyes.
Sexy eyes. The song's called Sexy Eyes.
Is that what it's called? Okay.
By Keith Willie. Come on, man. Sexy eyes. Texts keep coming in. 6
Oh, no, they don't, do they?
They just keep. Taj Gibson's Donuts.
Come on. Hey, although I like it, it's
local.
It's local.
Appreciate
Keep
that.
it local. Okay.
Zaxby's Randolph.
I hate Zaxby's.
Wait a second. We just got serious here.
Yeah.
Why do you hate? How? Why? What? Who? When?
You don't know? They tore down my apartment and built a Zaxby's on Union. The Union Zaxby's was an apartment. I lived there. Gave your boy like 2 weeks to move out. No warning.
What?
Yeah. Wow. I have a personal vendetta against Zaxby's. And that apartment was great. There were stairs missing on your way up. And if you walked on certain stairs, you felt like you were going to fall all the way through.
Well, that doesn't sound that great. I'll be honest with you.
But rent was like $450.
Oh.
So.
Did they give you any like free Zaxby's?
No, they didn't give me anything.
What?
Just a strong kick in the ass on the way out. So bleep Zaxby's.
Have you been to Zaxby's since?
Nope. I'll never eat Zaxby's. And I will badmouth them every chance I get. It's not even good food. It's gross.
I would disagree with that.
No. It's gross. Yeah. It's gross.
Zaxby's has good chicken.
Zaxby's is not good at all. There are so many better places to get chicken tenders from. Go to Popeyes. You can go to one of these local establishments around here, Gus's. You can go to Hattie B's. You can go fast food, like I said, Popeyes.
Doesn't mean
you
that
can
Zaxby's isn't
do KFC.
good,
No, it does
though.
mean that. Church's got great chicken tenders. Great. You don't have to eat Zaxby's. Is Burger King doing chicken tenders yet? Because they're getting that. McDonald's is.
Doing chicken fries.
Get some chicken fries from Burger King. McDonald's does chicken tenders. Stop eating that Zaxby's. They're home wreckers, literally.
I had no idea. I did not realize that we had hit this particular sore spot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm still going to go to Zaxby's.
You shouldn't. Okay. We're not friends. If you eat at Zaxby's, we not friends. We can't kick it. You can't kick it with me if you eat Zaxby's.
So this show is officially over as of today?
We were never friends.
No, we can do. That's what I'm saying. So why should I go to Zaxby's? I mean, if we're never friends, why wouldn't I?
Do you want to be my friend, Peter? Because it's something everybody should want. Everybody should want to be my friendship. And you can't get that eating at Zaxby's. Sonic does chicken tenders.
Come on, dude. You ain't going to Sonic to get chicken tenders. What are you talking about?
Plenty of places to get chicken tenders from.
No one has said there's not plenty of places.
Okay, then don't go to Zaxby's.
But Zaxby's has that delicious tongue torch sauce.
The what? Zaxby's sauce is not good.
Yes, it is.
Just get barbecue sauce or buffalo sauce.
Chick-fil-A is king, but Zaxby's is good.
Do they do chicken tenders?
They do. Well, they call them chicken strips.
Go to Chick-fil-A and get you some chicken tender strips, whatever they call them. What's that chicken strip for the tender, whatever it is?
Strip for the tender.
Yes. Get you some of that. You don't have to eat at Zaxby's.
Good way to get a date online, too.
You don't want me to do the next hour. You can't want me to do the next hour. Good God.
Let's take a break. Hour number 3 on the way. Keep them coming in, by the way. Keep those.
Chris Chizoza.
I mean,
I'm going to go get my vacation slip and fill it out now. I'm just going to leave for an hour. Get that approved.
Marco Jelly Belly?
Come on. Why are we doing this still? Are we not done?
Come on.
Eventually you're going to run out of names.
You would think, but here we are. I'm trying to take a break, all right?
Take the break then.
Then we're going to do it. After this. Real Sports Dog. Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7. I'm not saying another one. I get.
Sundays and Mondays are special at the Butcher Shop, celebrating over 35 years of serving the Mid-South by giving a big thank you to you, their loyal customers. You can come in, relax, watch your favorite games, and enjoy hand-cut steaks along with a premium bar. Sunday and Monday nights from 5 until 8:30, you can get select entrees for $25. That includes a salad, baked potato, and bread, and you don't have to pick one, you get all 3. Some of those entrees are 10-ounce New York strip steak, slow-roasted prime rib, Atlantic salmon with dill sauce, marinated grilled chicken breast, grilled boneless pork chops, and crab stuffed shrimp. Plus, all appetizers and desserts are 20% off. Don't forget, Hamburger Friday every Friday from 11 to 2. It's the best. The Butcher Shop, always a Memphis tradition. Call 901-757-4244, 901-757-4244 for more information, or just stop in at 107 South Germantown Parkway in Cordova.
You have to be up in 5 hours, 2 hours, 6 minutes. And when you hear, you realize that you haven't slept a wink. That's why there's ZzzQuil Pure Z's, a drug-free blend of botanicals with an optimal dose of melatonin, so you can fall asleep naturally with no next-day grogginess. It's available in both liquid and gummies, tastes great, and is non-habit forming. Pick up ZzzQuil Pure Z's from the sleep experts at Vicks ZzzQuil. ZzzQuil Pure Z's, naturally superior sleep. Available at retailers near you.
Pop the top on your next party. 34 North Cocktails. Available in Memphis now. Great for football grove parties, around the hunting campfire, and when you get home, entertain friends. Pop a premium can of Barrel Thief. Tastes just like an old-fashioned Barrel Thief made with aged bourbon, bitters, a hint of orange, a touch of vanilla, 15% ABV. Then, for you vodka lovers, try Sneaky Pucker, a refreshing lemonade premium vodka cocktail, 12.5% ABV. Made with super premium vodka, lavender, simple syrup, and lemonade. Delicious and smooth. Let the party begin with 34 North Cocktails.
DeSoto Auto Sales specializes in late model cars with low mileage. They have the highest standards in the car industry. All of their cars are test-driven, checked out from head to toe, unlimited inventory, every make and model. And if it's not on the lot, they'll find it for you. Walk in the door of DeSoto Auto Sales, 5704 Goodman Road. Within 45 minutes, you can test your car, get credit approval, and finish paperwork within an hour. No shortcuts at DeSoto Auto Sales. Kind, courteous employees, a down-home environment. DeSoto Auto Sales cares about your time. Lowest prices in a 350-mile radius. We're living in a world today where time does matter. Visit them online. Check out their referrals. DeSotoAutosales.com. Very proud to serve DeSoto County and other surrounding areas. DeSoto Auto Sales, 5704 Goodman Road. Call 662-890-7184. 662-890-7184. Come on down to DeSoto Auto Sales.
I love fall. The landscape is so beautiful at Town Village Audubon Park. Nestled in the heart of East Memphis, located corner of Park and Cherry, is a beautiful residential neighborhood. Looking for a great place to retire, but you still have a very active lifestyle? Then visit Town Village. Only requirements that you're 55 plus. Prices per month starting at $2,300. Gourmet Chef Drew invites you to visit our restaurant and bistro. Package includes 3 complimentary meals per day, maid service, free local transportation, daily check-in, monthly coffee club, themed dinner parties, lots of fun, Visit us and call Daniel at Town Village Audubon Park at 901-374-7342. There's no place like home. Town Village Audubon Park.
If it's time for a new gun, rifle, or silencer, Tactical Guns and Gear in Collierville on Highway 72 is the best place to go. I promise they have the newest, most exciting selection of guns and silencers you could ever want. I don't care if you shoot for fun, hunt, or just need a gun for personal protection, Tactical Guns and Gear has the best selection of firearms around. The only one-stop silencer shop in Tennessee. In less than 10 minutes, they do all the paperwork. Take your photo, originate gun trust, take your prints electronically, and the best part, you never have to scan them again. Yes, silencers are legal. No special licensing, just a simple background check. Silencers don't make your firearms silent. They simply reduce noise for more enjoyable shooting, help protect against hearing loss, reduce recoil. It makes you more accurate. Best silencer place in the entire state of Tennessee, right here in Collierville. For all things guns and gear, ask for Jake or Jim at Tactical Guns and Gear on Highway 72 and tell them Eli says hi. Online at tacticalgunsandgear.com.
If you're an outdoorsman and love all things hunting and fishing, be sure to listen to Sports 56 Saturday mornings at 6 a.m. for Outdoors Today. Brought to you by the Gun Store, 6920 Winchester in Memphis. Outdoors Today is a one-hour show hosted by veteran Mark Tobin and a group of respected outdoor-loving guests. Outdoors Today is dedicated to bringing outdoorsmen tips and techniques and tactics to help with your hunting and fishing in all seasons. Saturday mornings at 6 on Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 87.7 and 96.1 FM.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis, WIVG-FM Tunica Memphis, and WPG-FLP Memphis, Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Welcome back to the Peter Edmiston Experience with CJ Hurt. This hour is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
Hour number 3 is here in the Family Leisure Studios. I'm Peter Edmiston. He's CJ Hurt. Austin Eldridge producing the program. This hour brought to you by friends at Acura of Memphis. Welcome back to the program. Woo! What's going on over there, CJ? You still mad?
Fuming over here. That was a really tough hour for me to get through.
Danilo Garibaldi's.
Come on! I thought we were done.
Bobby Porterhouse?
Come on. What? Nope.
Come on.
Not happening anymore.
Come on, that's good. Bobby Porterhouse is excellent.
Walter Lemon Meringue Pie? Come on, CJ. What did they ever do to you?
Garibaldi's. These are great. Keep them coming in. Texter also wants to know why are you mad at the Zaxby's for this? Why aren't you mad at your apartment complex?
I am
selling the place.
Never renting from them again.
That's not Zaxby's didn't have anything to do with that.
Zaxby's does have something to do with that. If Zaxby's didn't want that location, they wouldn't have bought the apartment complex.
Somebody else would have.
Who?
Whoever. Somebody.
Okay, then I would be
if
mad
it was
at
for
them.
Sale,
then I'd be mad at them.
Okay.
Whoever bought that, I was going to catch the ire and the rage of CJ.
Silly.
Whatever.
You're being silly.
No, I'm not. You guys
silly.
are being silly.
I'm
telling you how Zaxby's hurt me personally, and you guys are like, nope, Zaxby's is awesome. Zaxby's is wonderful. We all eat Zaxby's because it's delicious, and it's not that damn good.
Fascinating story. By the way, was brought to my attention this morning. A friend of mine sent it to me. I was intrigued by this. A New Scientist, one of my favorite publications, reported that there is a strange case, 46-year-old man in the United States, who started experiencing all kinds of weird symptoms, mentally just kind of foggy, sort of dizzy, memory loss, ends up having to quit his job, got pulled over, and thought that the cops pulled him over, suspecting DUI situation. But he insisted that he hadn't had anything to drink, hadn't had drop alcohol, nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Turned out that, in fact, he was suffering from something called auto brewery syndrome. So apparently, because of the some gut situation going on in his stomach. His gut accidentally became home to high levels of brewer's yeast. And essentially his stomach began to brew its own beer inside of his body. Because the yeast formation was fermenting, and as it fermented, he was experiencing the symptoms of being drunk like all the time because his body is continuously producing essentially alcohol that is existing in his body by itself. Did you know that that's possible?
I should have known that. I feel like that was one of those weird things I should have knew about from pharmacy school. I should have.
Guy had a blood alcohol content of 0.37. Like that's almost like
God.
And he hadn't had a drink. And it turns out, well, his body's actually somehow because of the weird, I don't know, the body's weird. Stuff can happen. So just, if you ever feel super drunk and you haven't been drinking,
go get that checked out.
Get that checked out. Now, there's only been 5 cases ever, so it's probably not that. There's probably something else going on. But, it could be. Could be. And for all of you out there, medical providers.
That's some house stuff.
It's some house stuff, yeah.
Like, why is this guy such an alcoholic? And he doesn't drink.
He doesn't drink. So when he consumed any starch, so like if you any kind of a starch, the yeast fermented the sugars in that starch and turned it into ethanol. And there you go.
That's it. Wow.
I know.
That is unfortunate.
That's wild.
I hope he's okay.
I think they kind of got his gut biome squared away. I believe. I don't know.
Take a probiotic or something.
You got to take way more than that. That's a total mess. Maybe that's what happened to Sam Darnold last night.
That would explain why he's seeing people.
Maybe that was
why he's seeing ghosts out there.
That's why he saw some ghosts.
Yep.
Maybe that's why he was stumbling around. Maybe he was throwing off his back foot. His balance looked a little off.
Why he wasn't getting the line set up to protect him the way they needed to be. Okay.
Maybe it wasn't mono. Maybe it was this, maybe he's just auto brewery syndrome. Maybe he's just brewing a little beer in his gut.
Okay.
That's
a theory.
That's maybe the only explanation that makes any sense.
Or hold on.
All right.
He's a bad quarterback.
Well, Occam's razor does sort of point us in that direction. But it was bad. I mean, honestly, have you ever seen a worse quarterbacking performance from a professional quarterback?
No. And I get that the Patriots have a way of doing this to first and second year guys, but it hasn't looked like this. And this is a defense that, void of a megastar, void of a Khalil Mack, void of some of the more prominent defensive players in the NFL right now, Aaron Donald, like there's not that guy on the field. And the Patriots, just by scheme, just by doing stuff to confuse the homie Sam, they were able to make him look childish out there. And that is concerning because one of the things you need your quarterback to be able to do, as Deshaun Watson and others have explained to us and shown us from time to time, is be able to get the team lined up in the right play and get the pass protection right. And if Sam Darnold is struggling like that to get the pass protection right, and he is just throwing the football to anybody trying to get out of his hand before he gets hit, that is something that should cause concern for the Jets franchise.
It was bad, man. I mean, it was really bad.
Yes.
Like, I mean, maybe it's Adam Gase.
Well, maybe. Maybe the homie Gase needs to take his ass home, get some rest, and not be up at the facility 20 hours a day.
Maniac?
Yes.
That's possible.
Because it sure is looking like Adam Gase isn't a good football coach. So you got only 2 small issues if you're a Jets fan, if you're the Jets franchise. Your quarterback looks like he's bad at that, and your head coach looks like he's bad at that. So
he looks very bad at a lot of things. I've not seen any evidence that he's anything other than a bad coach.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not good. I don't really understand at this point what the Jets are doing. Why wouldn't they just, cut bait and really? I know they've kind of sort of tried to start over, but they're going to have to start over again.
Again.
Yeah.
They've been starting over since the Patriots been there.
Yeah.
With the exception of, I guess, 2 or 3 seasons with Rex and Sanchez.
Yeah, they got to keep doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I think Darnold might end up being a good quarterback and all that stuff. I don't know. It's but at this point, he certainly is not. And boy, they got yeah. It was. I don't know that I've ever really felt pity for a guy in that situation, a highly paid professional athlete. Like I've never felt genuine just pity. Like I just wanted the guy to go like get a blanket and go lay down and take a nap and get like a nice warm glass of milk and maybe read a little story and get a little cuddle in or something like that. And just because it was sad. Like that was sad.
Yeah.
11 of 32, 86 yards, 4 interceptions. So he completed.
No rain, no ridiculous amounts of wind.
Perfect conditions.
Pretty good conditions out there.
Perfect conditions. Oh boy. Patriots, 33-0. It was a dominant performance for them. Also, this past week we saw, I would say a few surprises. We mentioned the Marcus Mariota situation, which is intriguing. And I don't know what his future holds, but I don't think it's very positive. Certainly not in Tennessee, at least. And then I think the other quarterback controversy, or controversy may not be the right word, but situation that is unfolding in Carolina, Kyle Allen continues to start over Cam Newton. And some of the comments that were made regarding that were a little bit intriguing from Ron Rivera. I thought he kind of said something to the effect of like, as far as I know, Cam's still, rehabbing and still getting himself ready to go. And that's what I know right now. And it doesn't sound to me like there's a great deal of support there. It sounds to me like, as much as they have been, and Cam, we talked about Cam, how good he used to be, but he hasn't been that since his injury 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
He certainly hasn't been that this year. And he looked even like a shadow of his previous self.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle Allen came in and looked better. Are we now kind of sort of pushing Cam out the door here? Is this the beginning of the end for Cam in Carolina?
This year, that is the right decision. This year, it is, hey, in years past, we might not have been able to lean on our backup quarterback, and Cam Newton gave us, even injured, even at 65, 70%, that Cam Newton gave us the best chance to win football games. And what we've seen from Kyle Allen is that's not necessarily the case. So, like this season, I get it. Until Cam is 100%, you just keep rolling with Kyle Allen. Now, what does that mean long-term for you? Hopefully long-term, that means that you can rest Cam, get Cam good enough to go, and maybe late in the year, maybe next season, he'll be back. I have to believe that a healthy Cam Newton is better than a healthy Kyle Allen. The question is, can Cam get healthy? And resting is the best way for him, somebody who has sacrificed his body time and time again. That resting and letting his body heal all the way is what is best for him and for your franchise. Because a healthy Cam Newton, we've seen it 3 years ago. This guy, was that MVP season 4 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
MVP, Super Bowl, there with a chance to win it against one of the all-time great NFL defenses. So I don't know if they're pushing him out just yet. I certainly do believe they are going to make sure he is all the way healthy, because Kyle Allen gives them something they haven't had at the backup quarterback position, and that's somebody who's good enough to win NFL games.
How good in your mind are the San Francisco 49ers? They beat Washington this week, 9-0, terrible game. Lots of rain. Washington becoming the first team in 20 years to cover without scoring a point. Pretty miserable statistic there. 49ers undefeated still with a spectacular defense.
Mm-hmm.
And, I don't know. They look pretty good to me. What's the future hold?
They're good. They're good. And, you bring up the Washington win, and that's not that impressive, but they do have wins over the Rams also. or a win over the Rams, win over the Chiefs with no, that was preseason. Never mind, win over the Rams. And I'm just going through here looking through. Like they've got some impressive wins on the schedule. And it's going to get a little bit tougher for them. They sit atop of that division, and I'm not sure who is going to be able to knock them off. Maybe the Seahawks with a quarterback that's dynamic like Russell Wilson, but that's not to say that the 49ers aren't in the playoffs and with a chance to make a legitimate run. The first chance at a run they've had post Colin Kaepernick.
They are, I think Kyle Shanahan is a really good coach. I think he continues the kind of tradition of guys getting better after they leave Washington in terms of coaching. Just like Sean McVay, Matt LaFleur, other guys around the league who are doing really nice jobs. And somehow, hard to figure out what could be the problem in Washington. So I think watching them play and watching I'm first of all, just from a fan standpoint, if it's not my team, I'm glad to see the 49ers. I think the 49ers are that harkens back to a more, I don't know, the Joe Montana, Jerry Rice, all those times. I really enjoyed seeing the 49ers in that. And that's a bunch of good fans out there. It's been the stadium's not great and there are other issues have gone on, but they've been out of it for too long. Kaepernick that year, that year was a little bit of a blip almost, because even prior to that, they hadn't just been, all over it since Steve Young. They had that little, I don't know, a few year period where they weren't really that good. Then here comes Kaepernick, and they have a great, they had
a three-year stretch where
they had that little stretch with Harbaugh and Kaepernick and those guys, and then right back down into the dumps, and we're terrible. So I think it's more fun when they are up there. Kind of like the Cowboys, as much as I hate to say it. Like, I think there's certain teams where it kind of adds a little flavor to it. And then, it's all there for them. I mean, if you look at the NFC, it's them and the Saints right now.
No love for the Packers?
I
the Packers up there with them?
I do think the Packers are really good. I'm not knocking the Packers. I think the Saints especially with the Saints, what they've done without Drew Brees and finding ways to win games, and Teddy Bridgewater doing enough, that defense kind of coming into its own and becoming even better because they've had to be in these situations. That now is like, okay, if you get Brees back in a week or two, and that kind of looks like what the situation is going to be with him, you get him back, you get that offense back clicking where it can, and add on top of that the defense that can be as decisive and can make plays. That's going to be a tough deal right there. But the 49ers, because they have such a playmaking group defensively, and they've got a reasonable offense. It's not Saints level, but it's reasonable. That gives them that opportunity. I still think the Packers. I'm not 100% sold on Rodgers mix with LaFleur. I still think we'll see how that kind of plays out over the course of the season. It's early on. It's been good, and when he's on, he's great. He's got an amazing arm, and he's an amazing talent. They haven't had Devontae Adams. That's been big for them. So I'm interested. I think the Packers will be there, but I have them third in the AFC or in the NFC behind the Saints and 49ers right now.
So far in the season, Rodgers has had a couple of 400 passing yard games. And last week had 429 yards, 5 touchdowns on 80.6 completion percentage. Like, he is this system seems to fit him better. He seems to be more comfortable in the system that they're in right now. And I'm not sure with the defense, even without what's my man's name who's out, who you just brought up?
Devontae Adams.
Even without Devontae Adams, that with the way the defense is playing and Rodgers looking like the Aaron Rodgers who we all expected, the elite quarterback who we've been looking for the past 2 or 3 seasons maybe, I think this team is legit also, and it's going to come down to home field because you don't want to go to Lambeau in January. You also don't want to go to New Orleans just in general, right? Because that crowd gets all the way into it in the dome, and that sound can be real problematic for you unless you get the help of the refs.
I was like last year. Like it was so tough last year.
Yeah.
Except that,
Except that ref missed that call. It was close.
That's a good call.
It was best call ever.
One of the great ones. They got it exactly right. Now, is anyone in the AFC, can anyone realistically compete with New England? We've seen what's happened now to Kansas City without Mahomes. He'll be back. By all accounts, he'll be back with a month or so to spare before the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
But, prior to that, he'd still had tweaked his ankle. He didn't look good in that game, before he got injured. So it's not, I don't know that they necessarily were, I think they may have been taking a step backwards anyway, even if he hadn't gotten hurt. With him being hurt, obviously that changes things even more. But you have them, you have the Ravens, and Lamar Jackson's had a nice year. Buffalo, 5-1. I mean, and
those are the two, Buffalo and Baltimore. Yeah.
They already had a very reasonable game against the Patriots earlier this year. Do they? But I mean, are they realistically going to compete? I mean, look, given what the Patriots have, structural advantages, Brady, Belichick, now adding another weapon, Sanu this morning. Do they realistically? I mean, honestly,
they here recently they've made Brady look bad, not average, but bad. And if you can do that to the Patriots, then that is how you're probably going to have to go about winning this game. It can't be, we saw last year in the playoffs against Mahomes. It can't be, hey, if you want to make this a scoring thing, let's go do it. We got a quarterback who we believe can get us as many points as necessary to win this game. So if you want to play in the 30s and the 40s, we are all about that action. If you want to beat the Patriots, you're going to have to limit possessions. You're going to have to limit their offensive time of possession as well, and the Bills have shown the ability to do that. And as far as the Ravens go, when you got a quarterback like a Lamar Jackson, somebody who is more than capable of throwing the ball and is so dynamic running with the football, it changes how you as a defense have to prepare and plan. And those zero blitzes like that'll work against Josh. What's Darnold's first name? Is it Josh? It's not Josh. Sam Darnold. I don't know why I want to call my man Josh. Looks like a Josh to me. It'll work against a Sam Darnold, but with Lamar Jackson, his ability to feel pressure and escape pressure, that sort of stuff is not going, that tactic is not going to work on the Ravens. So I think those are your two teams right there. And maybe the Texans, if they can get in there, because Deshaun Watson is a smart enough quarterback to simply get the block and the pass protection right and get himself enough time to hit DeAndre Hopkins and that plethora of wide receiver talent down the field. So I think those are your three teams who can challenge the Patriots.
I can challenge, sure. Will challenge? I don't think so. We saw again. Maybe it's some of it is because of the schedule. Some of it is because of the teams that are in the division. That gives you a false sense of where the Patriots are, perhaps. I mean, when you see them, this year, look at their opponents. You've got the Steelers having their issues, to say the least.
Mm-hmm.
Dolphins, good Lord. Jets twice. Gugh. Giants, not great. Redskins, clearly terrible. At the Bills, the only team over 500 that the Patriots have played. They play the Browns next. Again, that should be easy enough. Then at the Ravens, in 2 weeks, becomes a much more impactful game potentially for them. At the Eagles, Cowboys, I mean, who knows what the Cowboys are going to look like at that point. At the Texans, there you go. If you want to look at the Texans, Chiefs, Bengals, Bills. Towards the end of the season, it gets a little bit trickier. But honestly, this schedule is not filled with much. I mean, they could sort of just sleepwalk to 11, 12 wins without even really doing much, and you could see them run at the table on that schedule. You could definitely see them run at the table based on what we've seen thus far. That's not a great. The Chiefs they get at home, and who knows if Mahomes will be back by then or not. That's on December 8th. Maybe he's back at that point. Which would be great if he is, cool. But he may not even be fully healthy, even if he does come back, and they've got them in New England. The games on the road at the Texans is going to be the toughest road game, other than Baltimore. Again, I just don't see much on this to keep them from winning at least like 14 games.
Yeah.
Like that's probably 13 is probably a minimum. I would expect at least 14, and then 16 is very much on the table as a result of that. So I don't know. Maybe we don't find out about them until the playoffs. But the problem is, once again, they're going to be hosting all the playoff games. So they'll have that built-in advantage. I don't see it, man. It's an easy 7-0 for them, and it'll be an easy 8 next week, and then from there, I mean, I can't see anyone mounting a significant realistic challenge for them.
Let's see what happens here in that stretch of games you named, because the teams are so much better and the quarterbacks in those games are so much better. Also, you're not playing a Ryan Fitzpatrick or a Josh Allen or a Daniel Jones in those games. You're playing Deshaun Watson, Carson Wentz, Lamar Jackson, possibly Patrick Mahomes and Dak Prescott. So let's see how this defense reacts to some better quarterbacks, some decent NFL quarterbacks, because they have been feasting on these dudes who don't look like they should belong in the league.
That's for sure. Let's take a break. We'll come back and continue here on the third hour of the program, brought to you by our friends at Acura of Memphis. Sports 56, 96.1 and 87.7.
Check out Dave Voloshin and Brett Norsworthy with Sports Time. Weekdays from 3 till 6 on Sports 56, 96.1 and 87.7.
Soulfish Cafe has done something that no other business in the history of Memphis has ever done. They won 3 different categories in the Memphis Most. They won it for the best catfish. We all know that's the best catfish, and you can get it fried like everybody does, or you could get it, if you wanted to, grilled or blackened. It's the best. Everybody says it. Then there's seafood. We know about their beautiful shrimp. You can get those fried. You can get them grilled. The shrimp tacos are terrific. Memphis Most, best seafood. Then there's soul food. Yes, a third category, soul food. Their veggies are unbelievable. They've got this sauerkraut sausage Cajun dish that is amazing. I love the cucumber salad. Everything is always so fresh. And now, there's 3 locations with a 4th one coming to Wolf Chase soon. The original Cooper Young, the Shops of Forest Hill Irene, and of course the newest in East Memphis. That's on Poplar, just east of Perkins in the old Wolf Cameron location. They're the best. You said it. They're Soulfish.
Farmers Insurance knows that there's a not-so-subtle difference between the sound of a car hitting your rear bumper and the sound of a clown car hitting your rear bumper.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Sorry about that.
We call that a 3-ring fender bender, and we covered it. Talk to a farmer's agent.
They know a thing or two because they've seen a thing or two.
Call Chad Gatlin at 901-235-1176 or get a fast quote at memphisfarmers.com.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
Dirt happens, as well as debris, dust, and damage. And when they happen to you, you need good, clean, fast service. You need Hilo Commercial Services. Hilo specializes in construction, commercial, food plant, and industrial cleaning with customized service just for you. Hilo is also an expert at high dusting to clean hard-to-reach places. When dirt happens, call Hilo Commercial Services, 901-277-6733, or visit HiloCommercial.com. Hilo Commercial Services, good, clean, and fast for you.
It's game on at the new Moneyline Book Bar and Grill inside the Gold Strike Casino Resort. Now you can bet on all of your favorite sports and watch the games on 60 HD TVs while you lounge in plush seating and enjoy craft beers, signature cocktails, and great food. Plus, don't miss the Topgolf Swing Suite, a virtual reality experience with a variety of fun interactive games every sports fan will love. Visit the Moneyline Bar, Book, and Grill at Gold Strike Casino Resort for Monday Night Football happy hour specials. Or anytime you want a piece of the best sports action in Mississippi.
Got something you want to get off your chest?
You better have a backup plan.
Want to join the conversation?
Someone needs to tell him he has to grow up.
Join us on the First Bank phone lines at 360-8255 or the First Bank text line at 67129. For over 25 years, Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7 has been bringing you great local sports talk. With 13 hours of local talk daily, we continue to be Memphis's local sports leader. The day starts with Keith Parker and Elliot Wender on the Press Box from 6 to 7, followed by the Peter Edmiston Experience with C.J. Hurt from 7 to 10. Sports 56 Middays with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy takes you through lunch from 10 until 1. And then, John Harden brings you Johnny Radio's Happy Hour from 1 to 3. Dave Woloshin and Brett Norsworthy drive you home every afternoon with Sports Time with Wolo and Stats from 3 till 6. And John Rennie wraps up the day with Southern Sports Report from 6 to 7 before we turn things over to Fox Sports Radio to get you through the evening. We also bring you Ole Miss sports, NFL football, and the NCAA basketball tournament. Don't miss anything. Keep your radio locked in right here on Real Sports Talk. Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7. Welcome back to the Peter Edmiston Experience with C.J. Hurt. This hour is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Here once again are Peter and C.J.
Thank you for being a friend. Thank you for being a friend.
Oh, yeah. You know this.
Is this the official Golden Girls theme?
It is kind of. It's the actual song.
I didn't know there was an actual song.
Yeah.
Okay, I need this.
Thank you for being a friend is an actual song. Yeah.
Ironically, it's Andrew Gold that sings the song.
I think it's more coincidental than ironic.
Coincidentally, I should say.
But you're right. It is coincidental that's Andrew Gold. That's why they named it the Golden Girls.
I was unaware.
If it had been Andrew Silver, it would have been the Silver Girls.
I had a big argument with
Adam Silver would have been
the Silver Girls. Okay, had a big argument with my girlfriend at the time about the lyrics to.
Is this the girlfriend that's now become your wife?
No. No, I know this one isn't listening. She doesn't live here anymore.
Yeah. Okay. Good luck.
I don't think she does. I don't know.
Be sliding in your DMs.
Everyone that you said doesn't listen is always
has clearly been listening.
This one, there's no way this one is listening. I'm like 73% sure she's not listening.
Okay. That's not great. But fair enough. Sammy Salsa. Anyway, go. What? Text her. Wait, what am I supposed to do?
Adam Long John Silvers.
Come on.
They keep coming in. You guys keep giving these dudes ammo. Stop. I mean it.
Jakob Pertles? Come on.
Come on! Quit it! Been doing this for an hour and a half. My God. Show some mercy on your boy.
Oh, boy, Alberto Hainsworth.
Come on, man. Come on. We're having fun.
Who?
We
who?
We, all of us.
No, we aren't. Y'all. Y'all are having fun.
Texter says one of the most entertaining segments I've heard on the radio. That's what the texter says. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Don't act like you're above all this.
I am, though. Intellectually, I'm far superior.
Don't act like
than
you're
this.
You're not above this. Not for a second. Don't believe yourself. You are not. The Tigers basketball team was ranked 14th.
I saw that.
How'd you feel about that?
Okay.
Great stuff.
Cool.
Bring it.
Outstanding.
I mean, unbelievable.
It's
Opinions.
a preseason ranking.
Hot takes.
It's a preseason ranking.
Calm down over there.
They
with those
don't
hot
matter
takes.
to me
Jeez
at all.
Louise. Man.
My goodness.
Save some for the season, dude. Come on. That's too much.
What you want me to do? I can't help it that I'm spitting all this fire.
I mean,
it
how
happened.
is it? It's okay.
It's okay. It happened. That is certainly where they are.
Man, I mean, for real.
Yeah.
Okay, folks. I apologize for the language of CJ there.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Also,
bringing it so very, very hard.
I try not to. I try not to come this hard. I definitely try not to come this hard, but that's how I came this time.
Well,
in this moment.
Well said. So, first time since 2013, the Tigers are ranked. in the top 25.
Okay.
You didn't feel any kind of way about this at all?
No. It's preseason.
Seton Hall was number 12. Did that make you?
Seton, sure.
Make you happy?
Great for them.
How about
you did see who was number 1?
That is interesting. And now we are cooking with a little grease here because you are going to need some of those ranked opponents, and you're going to need those players to be high in the, is it KenPom? I feel like it's KenPom. You need those players those teams there to have those quality wins that the selection committee likes to look at when time comes for seeding. So I'm interested in that. Yes, very much so. But I have to imagine that as the season progresses, we'll get more American teams into the rankings.
Okay, quick question for you. Does, at any point in time, the University of Memphis crack the top 10 in the AP poll this year?
That Oregon win would go a long way in helping them accomplish that.
I'm aware that it would. That was not my question. The question was not, would the Oregon win go a long way in making them go up the rankings?
You going to let me talk out loud? You going to let me finish the thought? You've been a jerk to me for the past hour and a half. Really, really like the past hour 45 with the end of segment 1. I don't know what's gotten into you, Peter Edmiston, but you need to fix it. Let me finish talking through my thought, please. Please. Can I do that? Good grief. What was the question?
Well, I can tell you what it wasn't. It wasn't, would the Oregon win go a long way towards helping Memphis rise up the rankings? Because we all know the answer to that is yes, it would.
That's what it was.
The question was, will they at any point this season be ranked in the top 10?
The Oregon win will help them go a long way in helping them. I don't know if they can beat Oregon, though. That is an early game with a young team in their first real big-time road test. I think that's a lot
Oregon's
to ask of
Dante,
them.
Though.
They are missing Dante, but they're still more than capable at home of taking care of business, or neutral court, which is basically like
they
being
are
out.
more than capable, but maybe.
And so I don't think that the Tigers do get in the top 10 this
at any point.
No.
Yes, they will be in the top 10 at some point.
Will they be in the top 5?
No.
So they will not be in the top 5, but they will be. I have to think they will as well. I think, especially because there's so much. There's a lot of uncertainty in the college basketball poll, and things are fairly movable within college basketball. It doesn't take much. So even if it's early on, if you haven't 2 or 3 losses amongst the Maryland's and Louisville's and Gonzaga, whoever, get some losses from those in their various preseason or early season those tournaments and all those games. They lose, I think the Tigers jump up.
Okay.
They get in the top 10. They're not going to get in the top 5 because they don't play any of those top 5 teams at all. And outside of Oregon, and maybe Ole Miss is ranked a little bit when they get to that game, possibly. But Memphis plays a very weak schedule other than that. And and those other teams aren't going to lose enough games for Memphis to jump them.
Did Houston get top 10 last year? Because I can't remember. And you probably can't either. Let's look that up.
I mean, first of all, you know how I feel about polls just in general.
Why are you grilling me about polls?
Because I don't like polls. So I'm grilling you. You're much more likely to like polls than I do.
No, I'm not. But anyways, I don't think they did. I think when you're one of these teams from the non-Power 5 conferences, it is hard for you to ascend to that height. I think this will be a good team that hovers around the early teens, 13, 12, in the rankings for most of the season.
Let's see. Let's go down through, because, again, we saw, who's that number 1 team?
Michigan State.
Mm-hmm. How's that make you feel?
Hot. Infuriated.
Okay.
Good grief.
Kentucky 2, Kansas 3, Duke 4, Louisville 5, Florida 6, Maryland 7, Gonzaga 8th, North Carolina 9, Villanova 10, Virginia, Seton Hall, Texas Tech, Memphis, Oregon, we mentioned, and then on down the line, you go until you hit VCU at 25. The other SEC schools, LSU 22, Auburn 24. LSU really getting hit hard by the NCAA sanctions. I'm sure eventually going to come at some point. Maybe. Others receiving votes. Let's see. Tennessee would have been 28th overall. So you got to keep counting. 29, let's see, 30, 31. You got Harvard, 32, Illinois, 34, Mississippi State, 34. Houston, 35. 36, 37. Cincinnati, 37. 40, 41. Vermont, 42. Alabama, 42. Southern Cal. Michigan.
Yeah.
Got 2 votes. Doubled up Colgate.
2 more than I would have gave them.
Colgate got 1.
Okay.
Michigan got Michigan.
Right where we like to be, baby. Under the radar. Underdog.
You guys are under.
Nobody believes in us.
You are literally under the radar. Like you are underground. You are under the radar thing. You are in a casket.
Yeah.
Nobody believes in Michigan.
Coming to life. Like zombies ready to eat the competition in the Big Ten.
You.
Who we believe in us.
Why?
Because Juwan Howard is there, baby.
That's right. I forgot about that.
That is why they're down that low, because
nobody believes in Juwan Howard. That's the real issue.
That is. You got to go out there and prove it. You just do. And I think Michigan has the talent. Beeline didn't leave that cupboard bare. It wasn't like he was eyeing the NBA and foregoing his coaching responsibilities as far as recruiting and developing players. Juwan Howard just got to commit from a 5-star last week, first one since early 2000s. So the basketball program is in good hands just this season. Let's see what Baby Wagner has and the rest of Wolverines have in store for Big Ten.
How do you feel about this Baby Wagner business?
I don't know. I hadn't seen the guy play, but if he's anything like Mo, I love him.
I'm looking for. I think everyone knows how I feel about preseason polls. They are stupid, dumb, and ridiculous. There's no point to them other than the fact that we, in our mental minds, have to classify teams in certain ways. We can't just say like, oh, Memphis and Oregon, that would be a great matchup. We have to put numbers next to them to say, well, oh, it's 14 against 15. Oh, it's 1 against 3. Oh, it's 7 against 15. We've always had to do this for some reason, and so I guess that's important to do it that way. But the cost of doing that, of course, is putting a preconceived notion about the hierarchy of college basketball into place before we even know what any of these teams are. And I mean, in the case of Memphis, it is literally a guess. No one has a clue other than what you would expect from, reasonable supposition and an inference based on what they've done in high school. But these guys have never played together in a major college competitive environment, nor have they played, at this level. We just most of these voters haven't even probably seen them play.
Right.
They weren't scouring the AAU tapes, I would imagine.
No.
So what are you voting them? Like, just because you just like them? You feel like they're
pretty much.
Honestly, what would even be the thought process? Like, if you've never seen the people play, you've only read descriptions of them. Is that enough to vote? Like, what? Why would you even do that? I don't know. Like, this is where the logic of it drives me crazy. Like, we put this list together, and if it didn't matter, and I'm not as irritated about it in basketball because it really doesn't matter as much. But in football, it definitely sets the tone for the season. It definitely sets an expectation. And particularly in the case of teams that are outside the Power Five, it puts a potential limit on how much you can accomplish and what you can actually do. You don't really have that in basketball because ultimately, if you win your conference, you make the tournament or whatever, you can win pretty much no matter what. Not the case in football. But it's every bit as dumb from a logic standpoint. What are you voting on? You just what I sort of think is going to happen. Why should that have any merit at all, other than just like a preseason like power ranking or like what the coaches say in the conference? Oh, the coaches say that Houston's going to win. Okay, fine. Like that's okay. That you just put that in the curiosity standpoint and then going about your business. But we put little numbers next to teams based on this, and it's an absolute guess. I mean, I'm just putting random numbers next to any teams.
Wichita State comes to mind basketball-wise, where in 17-18, they spent a lot of time in the top 10. And that was off the strength of what we thought they were going to be and how good we thought they were. And they were good. Not taking anything away from them. They were good that year. But it is, to your point, you're right, it is so much of the time about perception. Where we perceived you to be at the start of the season is where you end up being for the majority of the season and come season's end. And in college basketball, because it doesn't matter. Like in college basketball, they do a better job because there's a bigger sample size of looking at what you've done and how many good teams you've played and how you've done against those good teams. Home, away, neutral court, all of that goes into it. So they do a better job at this, but it is still ridiculous. It is. And you said outside of the Power 5, it's difficult in football. Lower level group of 5 teams is difficult. Mm-hmm. Also, Minnesota's 17, 16, something like that, and they're undefeated. If that was, even with that schedule being what it is, if that was Ohio State, if that was Penn State, undefeated, with that schedule, it wouldn't matter. They'd still be in the top 10 because of that name recognition and because that's where they started the season off at.
But the thing, and I agree with you, but the thing is, while it makes it difficult for them from a acknowledgement standpoint, it makes it difficult for them from like getting respect around the world and all that sort of thing. That's all fine, but they still have a pathway to make the playoff. They still have a pathway to win a national championship that's right there for them. If they win out, they will be in the playoff.
I don't think so.
Because that would require them they'd have a win over Ohio State.
Mm-hmm.
They'd be based on an undefeated Big Ten team having done what they would have done would be there, especially if there are one-loss teams around. They couldn't keep them out.
Because there are only 4 seats for 6 possible teams. We're going to throw Notre Dame in there. I don't think you can say that with any real certainty. And we've seen teams, it come down to the tiebreaker. We specifically Baylor TCU that year when Ohio State, for some reason, jumped those 2 teams to get into the playoffs. The year,
but
Ohio
I'm saying, show me the unbeaten Power 5 team that was kept out versus one-loss teams.
Okay.
In this, I can understand that from a group of 5. And I can understand that from, but I think that would be very unlikely. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. If that ends up being the case, then so be it. But I cannot imagine, while Minnesota's not, certainly an overwhelmingly well-known team, that I think that would be enough for them, especially if everybody else has got a loss. Now, if it's a bunch of unbeaten teams, if Alabama's unbeaten and Clemson's unbeaten and
Oklahoma's unbeaten.
Then okay, well then maybe there'll be other unbeatens, sure, but that's unlikely. If you have 5 unbeaten teams and one of them has to be left out, then it probably would be Minnesota. I'm going to guess we're not going to get there with 5 Power 5 similarly resumed unbeatens. So there you go. Let's take that time out, come back and wrap things up here as we continue here. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7.
Get happy with Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. Weekday afternoons from 1 till 3 on Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7.
The folks at Homer Skelton Hyundai want to say thank you. Thank you, Memphis, for another spectacular year. They set records, but I can understand why. You think about the product. Where else do you get a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty? That's what you get on every new car at Homer Skelton Hyundai. Oh, and thank you again for the 11th straight year, the #1 certified pre-owned car dealership in all of Memphis. It starts with that product, but then it goes to the shopper assurance. Where else do you go where you get transparent pricing, flexible test drive, take the car for a couple of days if you want, streamlined buying process. You're not going to be there all day, in and out. And then, and I have not seen this anywhere else, the 3-day worry-free exchange. You buy a new car, if you've got any buyer's remorse, you've got 3 days to change your mind. Just get on Lamar, take it into Mississippi, the first exit's Craft Road, turn left, and go see Chris True and all the gang at Homer Skelton Hyundai.
Bartlett Small Engine has been serving quality power equipment since 1970. They have a full line of power equipment, parts, and services for most makes and models. Bartlett Small Engines has the best brands in the power tool industry: Honda mowers, trimmers, and generators, Steel blowers, trimmers, and chainsaws, Echo trimmers, blowers, and chainsaws, plus quality products from Red Mat and Shindawa. And they're all American made. Bartlett Small Engine is your can-do store. 6780 Summer Avenue. Call 901-386-9779.
DeSoto Auto Sales specializes in late model cars with low mileage. They have the highest standards in the car industry. All of their cars are test-driven, checked out from head to toe. Unlimited inventory, every make and model. And if it's not on the lot, they'll find it for you. Walk in the door of DeSoto Auto Sales, 5704 Goodman Road. Within 45 minutes, you can test your car, get credit approval, and finish paperwork within an hour. No shortcuts at DeSoto Auto Sales. Kind, courteous employees, a down-home environment. DeSoto Auto Sales cares about your time. Lowest prices in a 350-mile radius. We're living in a world today where time does matter. Visit them online. Check out their referrals. DeSotoAutosales.com. Very proud to serve DeSoto County and other surrounding areas. DeSoto Auto Sales, 5704 Goodman Road. Call 662-890-7184. 662-890-7184. Come on down to DeSoto Auto Sales. Looking for a great place to deposit your money? Try First Bank. Competitive CD rates, a money market that moves with Wall Street prime and interest-bearing checking account options. Not to mention their friendly bankers who make decisions locally. To find out more, stop by one of First Bank's 3 local branches. 6482 Poplar Avenue, just east of International Paper. 8398 Highway 64 across from Wolf Chase. And 6280 Highway 64 in Oakland. Or visit firstbankonline.com. Member FDIC.
Did you know nearly 40% of men under 40 and over 75% of men over the age of 40 experience sexual performance concerns? At the Memphis Men's Clinic, their experienced physician performs a comprehensive evaluation that determines which specific issues may interfere with your sexual performance. These issues can vary and range from anxiety to medical issues, low testosterone, or erectile dysfunction. The Memphis Men's Clinic has evaluated hundreds of men of all ages over the years and reestablished a normal sexual life. The Memphis Men's Clinic will work aggressively to resolve issues and allow you to restore your sexual health and overall well-being. That's the Memphis way. If you're 20 years old or 90 years old, come and get cared for the Memphis way. Treatment that's based on your specific needs after a professional clinical evaluation by their experienced board-certified physician. Call the Memphis Men's Clinic today at 901-443-0475 or visit memphismensclinic.com.
Welcome back to the Peter Edmiston Experience with C.J. Hurt. This hour is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Here once again are Peter and C.J.
Used to think that it was so easy. You used to say that it was so easy. But you're trying now. Another year and then you'd be happy. Just one more year and then you'd be happy.
In the back, girl.
You know who this is? This is Jerry Rafferty.
Okay.
Ben and Jerry's Rafferty.
Is that really the group's name?
It's called Baker Street. Yeah, it's not a group. It's just a guy named Jerry Rafferty.
Oh, okay. Well, you said Ben and Jerry Rafferty. I thought there was like 3 different people.
You know why I said that?
No, I don't. I do not know.
You can also accept.
Nope.
Jerry Rafferty's would also.
Nope.
Would also
We
work as
cannot.
well.
It would not.
Either way, you can go either way on that one. That's fun. It's fun.
No, it's not. And you got my very, very, very good friend. One of the highlights to my day. This man comes in about 30 to 45 minutes before I leave, after he gets everything set up the way he likes it. And he comes in and he kicks it with me. And he imparts all types of wisdom on me. We have great conversations off air. My man, Brett Norsworthy, you got him in on these shenanigans, and I can't stand it. I don't like it.
Because it's super fun. I encourage you to do it at home. Have great fun with your family and friends tonight. Come up with great meal-related nicknames for old NBA players in reference to Zion.
Or you don't have to. Just watch the basketball games and enjoy it.
No. I mean, you don't have to do anything.
Don't do this then. I'll be blatant. Don't do it. Your loved ones will hate you for it.
Oh, I don't.
They will love you. You'll be a legend
I
in
don't
your
think
home.
that's true at all. No, I think they'll.
Your kids will be sitting there trying to enjoy the game. They'll look at you with the stink eye and just get up and leave. Don't do it. For the sake of your family.
No, I don't think that's true.
They'll pack their stuff up and walk out. Your wife, your husband, that person will pack their stuff up and leave. Don't do it.
No, I don't think that's true.
Don't put yourself in that position.
None of that is true.
Yeah, none of that's going to happen. You'll be fine. Do it.
You guys do it at your homes and then come back and report and tell us what happened.
I can tell you as many puns and jokes as I make at my home, I'm fine. So I can't say I would be hard. It'd be hard to believe if Peter wasn't like this at home on occasion.
What's coming up next on middays?
Middays, the schedule change. Barrett Salee has moved to Monday, so Connor O'Gara will be on today. So Tuesdays with Connor now. We also have Don Wade, Steve Macy, and Aaron Hayden, former Tennessee standout. I don't know if he was a standout, but he's coming on. Also a coach at Christian Brothers High School. He'll be coming on to talk about the Jeremy Pruitt situation and more. So a lot of good stuff coming up on the Midday Show.
Fantastic. Thanks to all of you guys for great puns. No thanks to CJ because of his
No, don't thank me. This is I'm not
thanking
this
you
is
at all.
definitely not a show to
Your
thank me.
attitude was terrible today. So
This show was terrible.
I'm definitely not thanking you.
Puns
Some
everywhere.
days I might have actually decided to thank you, but today is definitely not one of those days because your attitude was terrible today.
Attitude was appropriate. Those
And
puns
I don't
were terrible.
appreciate your attitude. And in spite of that, our listeners did a great job of covering up for CJ's attitude issues today. So thank you for that. So you just got to be better tomorrow.
We're going to leave this food pun stuff here today. No more.
Yeah, right.
Hey, we got Zeke Teriyaki in here right now.
That's right. Oh, yeah. That's right. Dikembe Mutombo.